Hello everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Elite Encounters. Now, before I scare any of you away, don't switch your dial. Our normal Minister of Mayhem will be back next week. He had some unapproved time off, and we don't hold people accountable here. We just have fun and play games. Patrick, enjoy your time. We will catch back up next week. But as we dig into things, of course, we want to welcome the Elite. That's any of you who support the channel, who like, subscribe, follow us on any of our social platforms, watch Barnabas Brushes, any of the content that we put out. If you are linked into the content or the creation of or the community, you are one of the Elite, and thank you very much. I really want to call attention to the Patreon page. We have 4 great tiers over there, 3 of which offer physical rewards, right down to shirts, hoodies, minis, all kinds of cool things that you can have us send to you. If you want to go check that out, I'm sure our magical Laura in the mod channel is going to throw that in the Discord or in the chat. And also check out the Discord channel. That's where the cast, we hang out all week long as we plot and plan and scheme and put all the little pieces together of the stuff we're going to do. And who knows, you may get access to some unfettered secrets of the world of Elite Encounters. Just drop in that Discord and say hello. Man.
Speaking of new content, by the way, your critical knowledges. You want to hit that
Sure,
real quick? You got to plug it because it's too good.
Okay. So there is a new series that's running exclusively on YouTube. So if you are not following us or subscribed to us on YouTube, I implore you to go do that. It's called Critical Knowledge, and I just take right now we're at the very beginning, and I'm taking some very basic information about Pathfinder and just trying to chop it up into digestible bites. I'm never going to produce a video that's more than 10 minutes long. Right now they're running to like 4.5, 5 minutes long, but we're not really into the grass and the weeds yet. Man, I'm having a blast. I know I've gotten some great positive feedback on the series. Go check it out. There's a whole playlist over there on YouTube. A little bit of a spoiler, this Friday, we're going to talk about actually converting encounters.
Amazing. Yeah, for anybody that is playing 5e and wants to try to get into the Pathfinder world, this series is going to be for you. I mean, it's already my go-to videos to send to friends when they're like, what is Pathfinder all about and what makes it a special system?
Yeah.
Super succinct and super well thought out. You've done a great job with them, so definitely check that out, guys.
I appreciate that. And I do know we have a request. We're going to tackle spells. We're going to tackle. I had a really cool request for really digging into the lore of Golarion. So I have all my little wheels spinning for these episodes. And if you're not familiar, Golarion is the world that Pathfinder 2e takes place in. It's their canon world, and that's what we play Bloodlords on Monday nights. It's in the country of Geb in Golarion. So I will probably steer away from Geb for the lore, right? So we can be pleasantly surprised with things. But man, I've had some requests to dig into other parts of Golarion and dig into the lore and break down some videos on that. I'm super excited. And who knows, I may ask some of these clowns to jump in and join me on a couple of episodes. Who knows?
Heck yeah.
But man, what are we going to do tonight? Our Minister of Mayhem is not here, and we're going to run a one-shot, right? We're going to do a one-shot. We're going to run a Pathfinder Society game. If you are unfamiliar with what Pathfinder Society is, it's a structured game that's put on by Paizo that allows you to build a character inside some pretty strict rules and guidelines, but it allows you to take that character anywhere in the world and play at the appropriate level on any Pathfinder Society game. It's like a living role-playing game, right? You could build a character at home, play with your friends, play through a bunch of scenarios, travel to Indianapolis, go to Gen Con, and play in a 10th level game with people you've never seen and never played with before. And that's the beauty of Pathfinder Society is you get to build your character and with all your buddies and friends, and then go and have all these awesome con events and awesome battles and stuff like that take place. But we're going to run a Pathfinder Society module. And, maybe we'll grow and love these characters as we grow and love everything else. Maybe they'll get trashed in battle. Who knows? And become cannon fodder to some skull for the skull thrones,
No, no.
right?
I hope
Oh.
Speaking of skulls for the skull thrones, I gotta stay on brand, right?
not.
Here are your hero points.
Thank you much. Hopefully this character needs it less than Mert has in recent episodes.
Right? No, I'm actually today because I think we'll save that for
Sure.
the Minister of Mayhem when he gets back, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Are we ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. Yeah.
So, just to lay a little bit of groundwork, these 4 are playing brand new characters that you've never met, you've never seen before. You'll get introduced to them along the way. They are a traveling companion group that have leveled from their meager beginnings and have found their way to level 2. The logs of the Pathfinder Society are many, pages thick of dragon slayers and plane hoppers, and kinds of names etched into stone and whispered across continents. Your names are not among them. Not yet. But deep in the back of the archives, beneath layers of dust and ink, there's a parchment labeled simply Courier Team Delta 4, Operation Hallowmare. 4 fresh agents, first field mission. Objective, recover a misplaced satchel from a flooded ruin just outside Dioble. Easy enough. Except it wasn't. The ruin was older than anyone expected. The flooding was forgotten. The flooding was a forgotten underground spring that had reopened and trapped a shrine to the god Kazandria, the god of the depths. And the satchel wrapped around the leg of a drowned acolyte that wouldn't stay down. You didn't run, you didn't break, and you figured it out. Bartering with a water method, navigating collapsed tunnels, and dragging this soaked courier pack through a tidal surge, the satchel arrived intact, and so did you. The letter inside, a decipherate cipher, and no one tells you what it says. But afterwards, your names start circulating in the ranks of the Pathfinders. Now, weeks later, a letter finds you. Hand-delivered, sealed with a glyph of Cilicia herself, one of the 10. No monsters this time, no ruins, just fine clothes, silver forks, and handshakes with people who shape nations. But the Society doesn't send agents to parties for the wine. They send you because something always goes wrong. As you guys have wrapped up your final goodbyes in the inn and got yourself pulled together, you are handed a very finely written letter. It is on a scroll, and it has a wax seal of the Pathfinder Society. It's handed, just kind of laid on the table. You sit. Which one of you grabs it?
I probably grab it.
Perfect. You grab it, and as you begin to open the seal, when you break the wax seal, you feel this residual magical energy kind of wave through your body. You know that it's telling the sender that the seal has been broken by the person it was intended for. And as you scroll this scroll open, the smell of parchment mixed with the tavern air and the people making calamity in the background, it reads, Pathfinders, thank you for serving in my stead at Ulfon II's fundraiser for the Knights of Last Wall at Vigil's Hope. The Pathfinder Society has already made its donation to his cause through the purchase of the tickets for this dinner. You may make additional financial contributions if you so desire, but do not feel pressured to do so. From my understanding, other members of Absalom Upper Crest are in attendance as well, though the contingency seems to be the heirs from well-established houses and the primary members of the houses attempting to rise in status. Please attend and build a warm relationship with these representatives. My experience is that individuals only become more important over time, so treat everyone with respect. One final note. At least one member of the Peace Builders will attend. This organization has been critical of the Pathfinder Society on both valid and invalid grounds. I recommend you avoid interacting with them. Do not escalate any conflicts, even if they attempt to antagonize you. If you don't have to answer for every agent's misbehavior, and many of their larger concerns are at best addressed by the decemvirate and the venture captain leadership. I hope you enjoy your evening. Please write back with any dietary restrictions or other accommodations needed to attend, so I may communicate them to Ulthon II and Lady Hesla Embersplitter in advance. Yours, Celia.
So, yep, I read this out to the rest of the group.
I would request that a bottle of light be ordered on my behalf. I can't partake of the normal foods and beverages that the rest of you can.
Do you write it down, or do you have Catherine write it?
If you could write it, Catherine, that would be excellent.
Yep, I write it down in very pretty calligraphy.
Perfect. Does anyone else have any other kind of dietary restrictions or any kind of request? I don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of meat, so it really doesn't matter.
Is this all gonna be fancy food? This sounds fancy.
It's probably gonna be fancy.
I'm not eating that weird, like, fish stuff.
Hey,
It's not that bad if you get used to it.
if
Like-
it's fancy, that means the whole pig's on the table,
Now
not
that-
just part of the table.
That I'll go for.
As you finish writing in your fancy calligraphy on the page, all of the dietary restrictions, the scroll itself begins to burn at the edges. And you see a blue residual magic filter out into the room and escape through an open window.
Pretty.
I hope you wrote fast enough.
Yep. I'm pretty fast. With my previous work, I know how to do it.
Well,
It's no bother if not. I'll be all right for a night without.
So you guys do know that the invitation is set for tomorrow evening. So you have the remainder of this evening, but this letter caught you just as you guys were finishing up dinner and going to head into the inn that is here in Absalom City.
does that mean we need fancy clothes?
Yes.
Crap.
Clothes?
Just arrange your twigs the other way.
I suppose.
It did not come with what we had to wear, did it?
It said fancy clothes and silver forks and
Oh, okay. So we need to go buy some fancy clothes for this party.
We sure do.
all right. So as you guys set out to go buy your fancy clothes,
I probably already have some, but
I sure don't.
Spruce, Catherine, and Brecca,
Yes.
as you guys are talking about this invitation, a name keeps coming to your forefront of your mind. The name of the Knights of Lastwall. The Knights of Lastwall, while Uathon, which is the gentleman whose keep that you're going to go to, he is the nominal leader of the Knights of Lastwall, the mother-child pair of Charlotte and Calibrith Alma. Ooh, I'm gonna butcher that name. Calbrin Amadare hold significant power. He does not seem to mind this change, as he has found a comfortable life focusing on fundraising for the organization in Absalom. So Ulthon, he used to be a commander and a general. He has now kind of pulled his physical influence from the battlefield, and now he primarily just raises funds to keep the Knights of Lastwall running. And you know that he had a long run where he fought in the Crusades to end the world wound, and that's where he got his claim to fame. But now he holds fundraising events to keep the Knights well funded. Okay. So where are you going to find these fancy clothes?
So we're at the tavern. So we probably should go. What time of day is it?
You're wrapping up the end of the evening.
So we better hurry before the shops close.
Well, hopefully something fits.
Yeah. I probably already have some clothes, with me being a past royal duplicate.
Sure.
So I have some fancy clothes that they kind of kept with me.
Well, a la Padme. Gotcha.
Hopefully they have something to fit these.
All right, so you guys make your way to a tailor shop, which is not far from where you're staying. The gentleman was at the door, kind of getting ready to turn the close sign as you guys kind of quickly scurry into the shop. Not wanting to be rude or not customer oriented, he says, well, how can I help you? And you lay out your quick assertion of you're going to attend the fundraiser. And he has a wall dedicated to the color scheme for the fundraiser.
Oh, I might actually have to change clothes then if there's a color scheme.
Lots of greens, lots of reds.
Green, that's good. That's good.
I fit in right now.
So it's very, very green and red, some browns, very naturey, kind of earthy feelings.
Green and brown.
Right?
Yeah, it's probably different than the purple
Yeah.
that I'm wearing
Sure.
for the party, so I probably should get some.
So he will direct his staff to measure you and get you fitted for clothes. And he says that he'll have his staff expedite them, and they'll be ready first thing in the morning.
All right, thank you so much.
Fantastic.
course. And then he charges you an extra sum of gold because you're going to expedite the creation of those clothes. By and large, you pay for it, and you head back to the town for your night's rest.
Great.
You guys sleep uneventfully. The rest is one of the softer beds that you've slept in quite a while. While you were out on your first expedition, you did a lot of sleeping on the ground, a lot of sleeping in a bedroll, because your first adventure took you across the continent, and then you've come back. So now you find yourself kind of like a furlough, where you're going to have a social evening, a soiree with some fancy food.
Fancy people.
The morning is uneventful. The sun comes up and peers through all the windows. All of your windows face the morning sun, so as you rise in the morning, you're blinded by this brilliant sunrise that casts over this brilliant, bright blue sky dotted with white clouds. All of the windows are open about this far from the bottom as an early spring breeze blows through the inn, and you smell, maybe those are budding flowers on the trees?
Nice.
You make your way downstairs and you grab your breakfast to go. You head out to the tailor, and almost as if you guys had planned the whole altercation, you get there and he's turning the sign in the door.
Yay!
Door opens with the bell ring as the pushes past the door, and there is a young boy standing holding a sack of brown paper tied with a string. Four little lumps of clothes. And he says, "Here you go."
Thank you.
He's kind of looks and he's like, "I think we made him big enough." He kind of sizing up your arm there, Braca. And he kind of happily, giddily hands you the clothes, and the store owner pats him on the head and kind of does the little scruff of the hair and sends him to the back. And he says, "Well, I hope you enjoy the evening. It's not, well, let's just say the rest of the town will be very peaceful as everyone's adventuring in the keep."
Should be an eventful evening. Thank
Oh,
you
it
so
always
much.
is. Of course. Have a good one.
Wait, adventuring?
Well, yeah, they don't adventure in my shop. You're gonna go soiree or whatever you do. I don't know. I don't dance.
I don't either.
Good luck. And as you exit the store, he shuts the door behind you, and you hear the little bell hit from the door as the wood closes shut. and you find yourself standing on the street
That was brisk.
with Vigil's Hope standing in front of you at the end of the street.
On we go.
Well, we should probably. Did we change?
You did not change. You're holding little brown
Okay.
patches of
So we probably
paper
should go
with-
change real quick and then go to Vigil's Hope.
I suppose.
Getting ready montage.
Yep.
All right. Do you,
Teaching
do, any,
everyone
do you
to-
do anything not out of the ordinary while you get ready? Do you just go back to the inn, take your rotation through the bathroom and change? Or do you go to your room and change?
Stopping back at the inn, I think, whatever fancy clothes they gave me might have been just like a nice pattern vest and
Yep.
some trousers, which is unusual. I'm not really used to wearing clothes. Not
Yeah.
really, not my thing. But I do stop by the inn and swing around to the stable, and I can't go without old Root Runner, and I'll come back around to the front of the inn with, basically a 4-foot tall, intricately woven ball of roots with a chair atop it. And we'll just kind of pat it. And, all right, come on, let's go, and climb up on top, and kind of, spur it on to start riding towards the keep. But it's not that out of the ordinary because it's me and it are probably about as big as Brecca here. So
Cool.
Okay.
That's awesome. So it's like a living ball of roots, and you just sit on a chair.
it's
and
got a
just,
little chair on top and it rolls basically.
That's awesome. All right, so you guys fit into your nice, comfy, well-made clothes. If you are not from well-to-do in your background of any kind, this is probably the first pair of like cotton feeling clothes or silks that you've probably ever felt. So just take that in for a second, that you are wearing. The Pathfinder Society has set you on a path in your life that you never thought maybe you would have ever reached.
I don't know if I'll ever truly be comfortable with it.
I mean, that's very true.
I probably go over and straighten whatever to make sure it looks nice. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you're good. Okay.
As you guys approach Vigil's Hope, you see the lasting damage from the earthquake that took place centuries ago, that had literally taken this part of Absalom City and demolished it. It was previously a completely different district, and then the earthquakes crushed through the city, and they built Vigil's Hope on a cliff face that formed from the split in the earthquake that split the continent there. So it looks out over to this body of water, but the body of water goes only around like the front half of the keep there, and then you guys come in on this little connected little land bridge. So there's only one way in, one way out onto this.
It's basically
island.
on the edge of the precipice.
Yes.
Okay.
So you walk onto this little land bridge into a very defensible, like portcullis almost, and there's a guard standing, well dressed, shield, everything polished, reflecting the early morning sun. And he doesn't even bat an eye as you approach. A gaudy dressed gentleman with a fumed feathered hat in greens and reds steps out and says, "Welcome to Vigil's Hope and the Knights of Lastwall's fundraiser, Spring Edition!" And he says, "And who do we have here?" And he pulls out a scroll.
Hello, my good sir. I'm Catherine Gemini.
Catherine. Yep, got you.
Alrighty.
Ren Blackhand.
Rin, Blackhand, Rin. Yes, got you.
Kind of spur my mount forward.
Oh,
come up to
my.
him and say, "Yes, I'm Spruce. Spruce Green Needle."
Spruce. Original. Check, got you.
Brecca.
There's probably not another Brecca. Yes, Brecca, got you. You're all from the Pathfinder Society, yes?
Yes, of
That
course.
is correct.
Welcome. Your contribution to the fundraiser is most generous, and he bows as he kind of gestures toward the door.
Naturally, Cassandra, like without thinking, curtsies back.
Ooh, manners. And then he steps to the side, and these iron doors slide open. As you walk into the Barbican Gate, you see a recreated stable in this little, what looks to be a defensible portcullis, or maybe an entryway to the keep. It has a wooden cutout of a brown and white horse and an informational sign, and it says, the cost to feed and train and care for a knight's mount is 50 gold a year. And a donation box is sitting below it. It's
I'm gonna walk
very well
right
made.
past it.
Very well made.
Yeah.
How much does it take to maintain your guy there?
Root runner, you mean?
Yeah.
Him and I get most of what we need just from the sun,
Right.
so not much. I guess I am a much more budget knight, I suppose, but
Budget friendly.
nonetheless, I'll pull out a single gold coin,
Sure.
drop it into the box.
As you drop the coin into the box, a purple little wisp of magic flows out of the coin, out of the top of the box, and it says clearly, "The Knights of Lastwall thank you."
Just doing my part. They need all the help they can get.
As you turn from the entrance into a large open area, this is known as the Bailey. The Bailey has been prepared with tables that dot an open area, providing space for attendees to place your drinks and hang out and mingle. There is a stage with some entertainers that are playing as you walk in that are immediately to your left. So as you come in, you will pass by a stage with entertainers and to an open room with tables where you will have drinks and people serving you. And there are other aristocratic people that are starting to mingle in this area. As you search your way around, you see some interesting things. There is looks to be, give me a perception check. Oh, first roll of the game. We weren't even ready. Weren't even ready!
How about an 8?
You weren't ready. Oh my gosh.
I'm not ready. It's a 9.
9?
8.
8?
Somebody double digits, please.
Hey, let me get the first one out of the way.
23.
23!
Woo!
There we go.
Saving
Only
us there.
second level, man.
Okay. Yeah, but there's a vast difference between 8 and 23.
Okay.
All right. So as you turn your corner into the Bailey, you pass the stage where these minstrels are starting to get their lutes and other various instruments warmed up and ready to go for the evening, and you see a crowd kind of gathering in the northeast corner of this Bailey, where it looks like, Catherine, it's probably maybe a silent auction going on.
I informed the rest of the group, oh, there's a silent auction going on over there.
Wonder what lots they have to bid on.
Do you go that way and look?
I'd be interested to see. Nothing I can bid on, but
All right. So you are all aware how a silent auction works, yes? But as you work your way to the table, you find offerings include toys donated by Ozzy from the Merry Gleam shop. You find vouchers for dinner at local restaurants, and a case of half a dozen Aeon stones given by the Pathfinder Society to the auction.
it's very generous of the Decemvirate to provide Aeon stones.
Wow.
And as you guys are looking, you see the stones, and as give me another perception. I'll see who
Sure.
notices, if anybody notices.
That's better.
I might.
24.
Ooh.
25.
25.
13.
Hey! All right, we're coming around. Okay, as you guys are looking at these Aeon stones that are been donated by the Pathfinder Society, you know that these are stones that possess some maybe just little intricate magic. Some may
Sure.
be very powerful magic. But as you are glancing over these stones that are in a case, right? You see a signet ring on the far end of the table that is up for auction.
Interesting. I'd like to take a closer look at that signet ring.
Sure.
See.
Roll me. You have society.
Do not. I've got religion,
What would you like to try? and roll?
nature, survival.
I could roll society for
You
you.
most certainly can.
Like, I probably could recognize it.
Sure. Roll it. If you want to roll society, I won't stop you. If you want to.
Sure. Yeah, I can just roll.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we saw what happened. Five.
5.
19.
19. It's got a very intricate looking A on the
18.
on this. What'd you say?
I got an 18.
Okay, very intricate looking A, but I mean you are in Absalom City, but
Sure.
and there are a lot of families that have A as a name, so you aren't really sure. But as you guys are standing there and you're looking over the ring, you feel the presence of someone approaching you from behind.
I turn around.
A blonde-haired gentleman approaches in a very thick accent. He says, you're the representatives of the Pathfinder Society, correct?
That is
Yes,
correct.
we are.
Yes.
I'm in a very strange predicament. When I arrived, I was asked if House Avenstar provided an additional donation for the auction. I wasn't aware of any arrangement, so I panicked. I said that we had provided a signet ring. However, that signet ring is my personal one. I should say... It should say Danbury of Avenstar on it. And I can't let it go into the wrong hands. Of course, asking for it back would be a faux pas. Could you perhaps bid on it for me? I'll be happy to provide you with the necessary gold.
Is there any compensation that we would receive if we do win this?
Yes, I'm sorry. If you surrendered this to the auction, you'll have to buy it back yourself or convince the auctioneers otherwise.
We can certainly buy it, but is there anything that we will receive if...
I am well connected to your Pathfinder Society, and I can speak highly of your willingness to help me out of this sticky situation.
I would be willing to help. It's just... I understand that sometimes you get into sticky situations.
I was
and
just
you
in a
need help
I was
out.
in a panic. They caught me. I was unaware that we had said that we were going to provide something else. I didn't know what to do.
Well, I suppose if you want to treat with this indiscretion, we can. Certainly keep things under wraps and bid. I'll have no personal part in it, but hopefully we're the ones that win, and hopefully we don't drive it up too high. Mm-hmm. For you, Danbury, that would be very unfortunate.
That would be most unfortunate. But you'll help, yes? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Here you are. And he very kind of slyly pulls out a brown leather pouch and he hands it to Catherine. It feels pretty heavy.
So I put it back in my backpack, but I do take note that it's heavy.
Hmm?
I will probably go later on and try to count it to see how much exactly he gave me.
Sure. As you go kind of meander your way back and find a place to do that, he has handed you 50 gold pieces.
Okay. I'm gonna just note that in my notes so I don't get it mixed up with
That's
mine.
right. Make sure it's on your notes.
Yes.
Just keep in mind, if the buyout goes above 50, it'll probably be on our dime or have to chase him back down for extra.
Yeah. So I go over to the sheet and see how much has been bidded for this.
You walk over to the sheet, and the sheets are actually wax tablets that are leaning up on little lean-to kind of like plate holders, right? And it's leaning there. And you see a name that says Guinness,
Kenneth.
Okay.
75 gold pieces.
So
So we need to go find him.
Yeah, I go back to. I look around for him and see if I can pinpoint him in the crowd.
Who are you looking for? Are you looking for the guy who gave you the gold? Or are you
Yeah,
looking,
the guy who gave with the gold, so
Okay.
I could talk to him and see if he knows a Guinness.
Yep, he's sitting at that far bench table, kind of in this area. If you want to just kind of look, he's kind of standing over there, nervously watching the silent auction area.
So I meander my way over there, and I kind of like. Well,
Are you all going, or are you just sending Catherine?
Yes,
I'm
I'll go along.
Okay.
I'll go.
So the bid right now is 75 gold from a Guinness.
Yes, Denver, you're gonna need to come up with a little more cash if we're gonna be able to pay for this.
Maybe you can speak to Kenneth. She's right over there, and maybe you can convince her to withdraw her bid.
I can.
Sounds like something you should be doing.
Her family and my family, they go way back. The social ramifications of me admitting that I gave away my signet ring would be devastating to us.
Okay. So I make my way over to. Socially, I'm gonna try to do this as tactless as possible.
Sure. What would you like to do?
Tactless
to
or
have something
tactful?
that
Tactful. That's it. That's the word.
With as little tact as possible.
Exactly. Like, give me your money. Yeah, no. I'm gonna use all my knowledge of trying to do politics.
Okay. As you approach,
And I'm going to stand behind her.
Yep.
you see a thin-figured, blonde-haired woman that is dressed in a blue dress and has gold, like little outlines and accents. And her scarf is the red, the kind of that orangish red color that kind of matches the color of the evening. And she watches you approach, and she says, "Oh, let me move my my stuff off this table, and we can share. It's just a standing table. If you have your drinks, you can feel free to set them down."
No problem. Hello, my name is Catherine Gemini. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're from the Pathfinder Society.
Oh, you're the ones that go around and solve the problems, right? That you I'm not. Forgive
Putting
me.
it lightly, but
I
yes.
spend most of my days in handling diplomatic missions and living in keeps, and I don't. It's nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet
I
you.
am Guinness.
So we are noticing about the ring. There's
Oh, yes.
Yes. We were just wondering, how do I word this? How am I charismatic in real person? So we have been tasked to receive the ring for, so I tell her the
Yep.
truth.
Tell her the truth of that. Did you tell her that Danbury? the whole thing?
Danbury, yeah.
Okay.
Danbury has unfortunately given up his ring, and he didn't mean to.
Okay.
This was, a social
Faux pas.
faux pas.
Yeah.
And if it ever were found out, it would be terrible. We're wondering if you would be willing to either drop your bid, or so we can help get it back to him.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Where's that natural 20?
Real.
Coming up. Okay. That is 23.
Well, the 23, Gwyneth is sitting there, and she kind of is listening to your story, and her eyes shift over to Danbury, and she looks and she goes, "You see, our families, they go quite a ways back. He's always kind of in the mix of things that he just doesn't come prepared.
Got it.
But I do owe his mother for a great deal. So if it helps, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you can let Danbury know that he can owe me one, and I'll retract my bid."
Okay. Thank you so much. So we make our way back to Danbury.
And you see, she walks up. There's kind of a crowd there, and she kind of works her way through, and you see her taking her name off of the list.
Okay. So I informed Danbury that you'll just have to owe her one. But
I gotta put her name on the ring.
yeah, I'm gonna go put my name on the ring.
Okay. Perfect.
It's already there.
For 20 gold, right? So keep the other 30.
So the bid that's there currently is 45.
So I put in the 50.
Okay.
Great.
And Danbury seems satisfied, and he says, "I'll keep a lookout. If anything changes, I will let you know. I thank you so much. I will put in a good word with the Pathfinder Society for the things that you do. You guys have saved me. Thank you so much." And you just see like little beads of sweat running down his face.
Happy
Poor
to be
guy.
of service.
And he kind of like stumbles over his words as he sees your chair, and he's like, "Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to."
My eyes are up here.
Yeah, yes.
He's like actually like, you know, eye level with him sitting on top of this thing.
Right. Okay. So, he nervously stands there in that corner, watching this
Tablet.
silent auction for the remainder of the evening. And unless you guys go back to re-interact with the silent auction, Danbury will collect his ring from you when you win it at the end of the evening.
Sounds good.
You have helped Danbury receive his signet ring that he,
Woohoo.
in a panic,
Gave up.
gifted away. So, the way that things like this would work is you would notate that you would get a positive reputation with the Pathfinder Society at the end of the encounter.
Great.
As you are all gathering around Danbury, and he is, you're exchanging the ring, and he is like a kid in a candy store, excited, and he slides the ring back on his finger. You can see where the ring had worn his hand. It was obviously white underneath where he doesn't normally take the ring off, and it is not tan in color. And he shakes each one of your hands, like cups your hand and shakes your hand vigorously. Thank you, 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 thank you. And as he is kind of vigorously shaking your hand, you hear a conversation. The Pathfinder Society is responsible for my bad shoulder. At least the injury it didn't disable me. Do you know that the Pathfinder Society has no code of ethics? They simply outfit anyone who asks them and agents and lets them loose. Can you believe that? And you see another lady come up and kind of grab this lady kind of by the arm and kind of cup her elbow and say, "Oh, Fallen, I don't know if I'd heard that, but if there are Pathfinder Society members here, maybe we should go talk to Uthan about that. Maybe they don't belong. If that's the case." And these ladies are carrying folders with the Peace Builder Alliance burnt into the outside of it.
Oh, it's them.
Yeah.
They said avoid them.
You see them starting to make their way across the bailey toward the entranceway. So you guys are back kind of in this area, and they're making their way back across. And
Catherine, maybe we should intercept.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to intercept.
Make a better impression on the
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
the
be like,
guy.
"Hello, my name is Catherine Grace.
hello,
We just overheard you about the Pathfinder Society.
are you one of them?
I am a current
They're
member.
here to hurt me! They're here to hurt me!
I meant the guy that they're gonna go talk to, not
Oh.
them.
I look at them, I'm like, I am so sorry. I've never understood what... And I'm like shocked, like,
Yes, please explain how I've injured your shoulder.
have I
I've never
done
met you
something
before in
to
my
affect
life.
You? I am so sorry.
I've met plenty of your kind. You all come
My
in and
kind.
you come in under the banner of the Pathfinder Society, and you think you can just come in and clean house, and you just leave wreckage everywhere you go. I've had to rebuild my barn twice.
Well, why don't you give us the names of the exact adventurers who have done this, and we will bring it up to our members to see if we can have any repercussions for their actions.
I don't stop and talk to them. They're burning my barn down. They're kicking my doors in. Do you stop and talk down to people who are assaulting you?
Yes.
Why?
Why not?
So I know what to call them when I stomp
Seek
them into the mud.
Cover, defend at all cost, protect my family. The list goes on and on and on. I don't want to have a conversation with you people.
Wow.
I'm skirting
Do you guys
around
hear
us.
this? I mean, we were just being friendly, and all of a sudden, we were attacked.
I didn't touch you at all.
Neither
Unlike
did
my
we.
shoulder.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies.
Goodbye.
And I'll just kind of turn my back from them and leave.
Yep, I'm gonna be like, it was good talking to you. But otherwise,
Do you want to attempt any kind of roll? Or are you just going to leave it at that?
I'm not going to attempt anything.
I kind of want to give them an intimidating glare, but I don't know if I should.
Okay.
You definitely should.
I can do it.
I kind of want to fall on the ground and pretend I was attacked, but. But I'm like, I heard the note
No?
to not start it.
So as you guys are wrapping up the conversation, you hear. And you see a large armored man step onto the stage, addressing the Bailey. And he says, "Esteemed guests and supporters of the Knights of Lastwall, it is my great honor to introduce Lady Hesla Embersplitter, who has planned this party for you. It was a great fortune that I met Watcher," the lady says, "it is great fortune that I met Watcher Lord Earthen this past season. He has done great things with the Knights of Lastwall, and I don't know where they would be without him. And thank you for your generous contributions for today's event, and we hope that," and there's a loud screech, and a winged figure comes down from the watchtower, swooping at the lady. And I need you to roll initiative.
Okay.
Is this part of the plan? Is this part of the plan?
Nat 20. 26.
We see any wires or anything from this
Yeah.
prop winged creature?
Oh boy.
It's Tinkerbell.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Bess, what you got?
11.
26.
26.
12.
12.
23.
23. Okay. So, as you guys are standing there listening to this lady give a speech, this winged creature shrieks and comes from a large watchtower that overlooks the southeast corner of the vigil. And it comes shrieking at the platform that she's standing on. Okay. So. You have 12, right?
Yes.
Okay. Spruce. You see two winged creatures.
Mm-hmm.
They both look like this. One, we don't have the other model, but we'll use him for
Sure.
stand-in. It's his wicked cousin.
Got it.
Comes swooping down, and they are flying about 10 feet above the heads of the people on the stage.
Okay.
As they enter into the area about yay high, they vanish.
It's my turn first.
It's your turn first.
All right. I'll take my first action to channel elements.
Okay.
So in a 10 feet area around me, some of the maybe the floorboards of the manor start to creak and rumble. Maybe even a few small pieces of pebbles that are maybe laying about start kind of hovering around in the area. And then as my second action, I will cast Armor and Earth on myself. So you'll see almost like big, large clods of stone come up, maybe even out of my root ball steed, and stick to my arms and my chest as I prepare to fight whatever this thing is. And then, yeah, I guess I'll just reach my hand out, and like a wooden stake will appear in my hand, and I'll pull that and just throw it where I kind of saw them last.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of throw where I assumed they were before they disappeared.
Okay. Where in the vicinity would you try to throw it? Where they vanished? Where they?
Yeah, just exactly where they vanished. Yeah.
Roll it.
Okay. About a 20.
The spike sails straight through the area.
Okay. That's my turn.
Yep. All right. We will find Catherine.
Okay.
Give me a target.
I'm gonna use detect magic
Okay.
to see if I can sense where they are.
Okay. So you get the general outline of the spell that is being used, and what they're using. It is a divine aura coming off of these creatures.
Okay. Can I point out where they are?
So you see the aura of the magic where the magic was cast, and then you see it kind of trail in a direction, and then it fades off into nothing. You can't see like a welling up of like where they're sitting,
Okay.
because it takes you for detect. You have to concentrate on it, and as you get higher level, then it allows you to start pinpointing things with your detect magic.
Yeah, I can detect illusion magic only if the magic effect has a lower rank than the rank
Right.
of the spell.
Got it.
So.
But you absolutely see a divine aura, and then it trails off. It looks like they cast something while they were moving, and then vanished.
Okay. That's 2 actions.
Okay.
So. What can I do for a while? I'm gonna cast shield.
Great use of one spell.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Is that all for you?
Yep.
Great. As she casts shield, what does that look like for Catherine?
For Catherine, it's kind of like a metal sheen.
Ooh.
It's just
Cool.
like it builds.
Oh, that's cool. I love it. So as Catherine has got her arm raised, and you see this radiation of like magic kind of swirling and turning into a just this radiant shield that she puts in front of her. This screech just fills this entire area as this creature comes out from invisibility. Ooh, move the whole stage. Holy crap. These guys are powerful. And they will attempt to use their stinger on you there, Spruce.
Bring it on.
$20.
Yep, that gets me.
1 point of damage. And I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
Yes, sir. About a 25.
As this stinger pierces you in the shoulder, like right in your chest
Sure.
in this area, you see this green energy just like start inking into your skin, and then your rock and roots just kind of like form this barrier around it. And
Sure.
almost just like your pec squeezes, and you see this stuff just
Yeah.
leak down the front of your chest as your body has hardened and warded off whatever that nasty
Sure.
shit was. He's gonna try to hit you again. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
No.
So it's a crit.
That is a natural 20.
Go for it.
You take whopping 4 points of damage,
Oh no. Okay.
and you need to make that fortitude save again.
All right. $25.
Again, he his accuracy is uncanny. He slams that stinger right back in the same spot, finding a weak place in your armor, and you kind of watch as you guys are fighting together. You know how this works. This armor almost retroactively just kind of like moves and shifts over his body, and just squeezes out all that venom as his body just hardens around this thing, and you just watch as this little plate kind of grows and slides over that wound. It's kind of cool,
That is kind of cool.
right?
It is kind of cool.
I don't know.
Really cool.
Brecca,
Yes. I have a
you
target.
have one that's going to hit at you. That's
Oh.
you, right? The little guy there?
Yeah.
Yep. He's going to try to hit you. Ooh, that's an 8. 18.
No.
No. He's going to try to hit you again. That'll hit you. 22.
Yes.
Great. You take 3 points of damage. I need you to make me a fort save. You have some big shoes to fill.
Well, I guess. 16.
16. That is the save on the nose. As this
Yay.
stinger slams out and slams into the middle of your chest, kind of like a alien chest burster. It slams right in the middle of your chest, and it starts to fill your chest cavity with this venom, and you just kind of muscle it out and just kind of put your hand up there and just squeeze this nasty stuff out of your chest. And these figures are just gnashing teeth, and they're just kind of like, and they're batting these wings, and they just have this wicked looking kind of tail stinger.
I wonder if the peace bringers builders brought them.
I don't know. You gonna stop and asking questions?
No,
Okay, great.
not this time.
Brecca, it's your turn.
I have a target.
You have a target. What are you
It's
gonna
visible. I'm gonna cast.
do? Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna cast whack.
Whoa. This guy's whack.
Intimidate?
Sorry.
Whack, bro.
Let her cook. Let her cook.
25.
25 to hit. Holy crap. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That hits.
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Are you
Dang.
sure? I just want to make sure.
Dang.
Not a crit, is it? Right?
No. It's not a crit.
Damn. That's cocked. 15 points of damage.
15 points. And what are you swinging at this thing?
A great sword. A very large great sword.
What does that look like? How does this thing? He's hurt. He's still alive, but what does this look like?
Somehow, some way, whatever fancy dress we're in, there's a sword in there somewhere. Just pull out of nowhere and whacking him across the head.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Do it.
I'll try to.
-5.
Oh, I'm aware. I rolled a 19.
Oh my.
So that is a 22.
22. That hits.
That's only 6 points of damage.
You may dispatch your foe.
I don't even know what it is.
You're right.
Oh no.
You have no idea what it is.
We can figure out when
You're
it's
just
dead.
you're just hacking things down, aren't you?
Yes! Whack down, and then a nice. Well, I gotta hit it on the upswing because this weapon is huge compared to me. So I just kind of like falls in a little plump.
As
my
you
feet.
kill this creature, it burns to ash, and you see a dark, radiant, magical energy shoot from the creature up into the watchtower. That's in the southwest corner or southeast corner of the keep. You still have one action left, right? Or did you have
I
to
do
draw your
have
weapon?
one action. Well, I did have to draw my action.
Okay. Draw your weapon,
And then
kill a fool.
kill a fool.
Yep. So we find ourselves, Ren,
All right. Gonna draw my rapier.
draw a rapier.
All right, let's see.
She's about to.
Because I'm close. I don't need to move, correct?
So this one is now.
Right.
This one is now dead. Turned into ash. The closest one to you is a 5-foot step from you.
Okay.
But if you'd like to move, you could position yourself to flank it and get your sneak attack damage if you'd like. If you're going to move, you might as well move around and get that flank.
Yeah, let's do
Sure,
that.
we should.
So we're going to put you right back over her, and you are flanking with Spruce.
Okay.
You're gonna be flanking with me as soon as it's my turn again.
Oh, I see sneak attack. Okay. 18.
That does hit.
Oh, nice. And then, okay, so the sneak attack. Okay, so that gives me then one.
Should be your extra d6 of damage.
Yes,
On
okay.
top of your rapier.
So 4 plus 4, so 8. And then
That's such a good weapon.
So good.
Yeah.
11.
11 points of damage. So describe how this rapier just kind of sinks into this foul-looking creature.
Okay, I'm coming from behind, aren't I?
You certainly are.
And you said it has like a scorpion type tail?
It's so it's got wings.
Okay.
And it's got legs, and then it also has a tail that has like a barb on it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be slashing at its tail because I'm gonna be trying to, since it's doing so much damage with that.
Sounds great. So that's 2 actions. You got 1 left.
I
You
didn't
moved?
move.
Oh, you drew your
I
weapon.
drew,
You drew your
yeah.
weapon. You are correct. All right, we find ourselves at the top of the order. It's Bruce.
All right. I'll look up to the people on the stage and go, "Don't worry, the Pathfinders will protect you." And I will cast Timber Sentinel.
Ooh.
And a small tree will grow near them on the stage that will protect them from harm should it come to them.
That's cool.
And then my last action, I'll take a free action to kind of like jerk my arm, and one of those big pieces of stone will slide out to the end of my arm in this big curved, jagged piece of stone. And then I'll turn at the creature and just try to hit it.
Get him.
Cool. How about a 24?
That hits for sure.
All right. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
And that will be vitality damage, so I can choose.
Great. How would you like to dispatch your foe?
Yeah, so, you know, it has these 2 big great wings, right? So basically a big diagonal cut right across, like lop one wing off and across his chest as it falls to the ground.
Right. So as your stone, because it's made of stone, right? You've got the weapon made of stone. So the stone sword of some type
Right.
slices its way through the creature. As it enters its body, the whole creature just turns to ash, and you see that same black residual energy jump up into the watchtower. And Ulthon says, "They're in the tower! We have to stop whatever's going on! Pathfinders, go check it out. I'll get the people under control."
Okay, yeah, we'll head to the tower as quickly as we can.
Okay. As you approach the base of the watchtower, think a castle with a circular stairwell. You have 2 rounds to ascend the stairwell
Oh dear.
before the creatures that are at the top get the drop on you. How do you plan to ascend the stairwell in 2 rounds all together to get to the top?
All together?
I mean, not necessarily all together. You could, if one of you can fly or climb the outside, or
Sure.
I just know that some of you have slower movement speeds than others.
Yeah, I would certainly spur my mount on at full speed.
Okay.
To try to get up there as quickly as possible.
Are you using all 3 of your actions to move? Or you're not doing anything else? No preparations of any kind? You're just trying to move and get to the top? Because if you do that, all 4 of you should make it to the top before the end of the second round.
I think so because I'm just it takes an action to command my mount. I would have 2 actions to do other things, but there's not other things I really need to do. Maybe just raising my shield as I go, but
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys push the trap door open, who's going out first?
Me.
Okay, Braca.
Sorry.
As you push the trapdoor open from the watchtower stairs,
Yes.
you hear this screech of these creatures. And we're going to go to break, and we'll find out what it is after break.
Oh, man.
I ain't touched you yet. Why are you screaming already?
Okay, I'm going to hang out. If you guys need to go to the restroom or do whatever you need to do, I'll hang out and chat. I have some pre-prep to do. And, we'll be back. So, I'll be here. If you guys want to chat, I'll pull my phone up. Boom, here it is. Blam! I got it. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at there, Brecca?
Is there something in the chat?
It's Chevy.
Oh, yeah? What's he saying?
Sunshine's favorite spell is not actually healing. She uses her pan to cast iron.
That's funny.
I gotta peek at Twitch myself and get caught up on the
Yeah.
chat here.
So how are we liking it so far? I got some things I'm going to change. Jenny, keep an eye on anything that would be pertinent. I'm gonna.
Somebody did ask how Jacob comes up with these things.
That is an excellent question. I picked the class first, and then I thought that wood and stone kind of cool gates to choose for a kineticist. And then kind of thinking about, prominent Pathfinder lodges around kind of this last wall theme, the Eye of Dread, where Tarbafon's reign was. Nermathus and the Fangwood Forest were two very prominent places I thought were interesting. I've always been interested in Nermathus and some of the old 1E APs that were played. Specifically in Nermathus. The Iron Fang Invasion is one of them. It's an excellent AP. I think Fangwood has some very obvious inspiration from another franchise with a similar name of a great forest. And I thought, why not play a Leshy that looks like a tree? That seems on brand for somebody from a big forest like that. And Leshies play pretty well with kineticists. They some of their abilities are have some synergy. And then I realized that when I cast that big armor thing on myself, I get 15 feet of movement speed. And I thought, man, I don't want to be that slow. And was kind of looking at ways to kind of bump myself up a little. And one of those was the Cavalier dedication. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like it'd be like a stone knight tree man. And looking through all the mounts, I was like, well, I'm only going to pick this if there's something that makes sense flavor-wise, right? Like he's not going to ride a tiger or a horse.
Right.
It wouldn't make sense for a 3-foot-tall tree man. So then I went with Root Ball Chair, which I had no idea existed until I looked through like all of the mounts. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So
Really?
that's how Spruce came about.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Very, very different, for sure. But very cool.
I've played a barbarian before,
Yeah.
but I've never played a half orc.
Yeah.
So
They're kind of one of
Not
those
that cool.
classic, is it Dromar, is that the right term?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of the very, very classic race throughout. I mean, obviously, with some of the new APs that are out for 2E, the place of the orcs on Galarian is changing. It's kind of this historic, brutish orcs of Belkzen is starting to change a little bit as time goes on. Should I leave the puns alone? Very good, very good. Thank you, Adderford.
I think you should probably branch out.
Is he the branch manager?
Yes. I am the branch manager.
Oh my goodness. No, keep the puns coming. I love puns. I love all the puns.
So how are we liking the story so far?
I'll be right back.
I think it's great. I like that there is like a good balance of like the kind of social, encounters, and very funny to bring this specific party to, kind of a high society encounter. I mean, I'm sure Brecca and I look very off in comparison to the rest of some of these attendees, but
And so I think it's neat. So if you dig into the lore of like the Pathfinder Society, right? So they, when they send these guys or the Pathfinders to
Sure.
these kind of like social events, it is of the understanding that most of them aren't going to fit in, but the Pathfinder Society is a large, influential group.
Yep.
And so it's almost like a underwritten rule that you just kind of show up in kind of whatever you are. So you guys went the extra mile to kind of
Yeah.
look the part.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, because usually people are just like, oh, I'm from the Pathfinder Society, I'm going to show up in my armor, and here's my sword, and check out my gear.
Right.
Right? And it's kind of an unwritten, like, oh, yeah, okay.
Well, and some people might see that and go, oh, you're a Pathfinder, and say, oh, thank goodness, we'll be safe.
Yeah.
And there may be those that say, oh, you're one of them.
Yeah.
You hurt my arm, how dare you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, just like the peace builders that we ran
peace
into.
builders,
They
yeah.
definitely don't take very kindly to some of the collateral damage that takes place
So
fighting
we
the
can
good
talk about
fight.
them if you want, right? So
Yeah.
the peace builders, I was explaining a little bit before, but they're kind of like, if you think of a very popular universe where you have a guy made of metal and a guy that is from America, and their civil war that took place. They firmly believe, the peace builders believe, that the Pathfinders go in, and though they may solve whatever the pertinent issue is, they don't care about the collateral damage. They don't come back and help rebuild the town or rebuild the houses or whatever happens in the interest of solving the problem. So it's this kind of bubbling, rising faction that is growing in Galarian
Sure.
to be direct opposition to the Pathfinder Society. So it's kind of a cool dynamic where you have this, you're playing Pathfinders, because clearly,
Yeah.
but you have this growing faction that is just polar opposite there to just kind of be like, oh yeah? Did you cross all your T's and did you dot all your I's and did you do everything right? Did you,
I like because it challenges the classic idea of, the Pathfinders are this secret society that, helps steer the world in the right direction, but are all of their motivations truly altruistic? Are there things that they're doing for their own personal gain, and are the things that they do kind of lacking the perspective to make sure that everybody is safe, right? Because
Sure.
there are times where you might just have to destroy a powerful artifact that may leave a large crater in an area that
Had people
is an
in it
issue.
before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You might get to take down the big boss and blow up his castle, but then creates
What
a giant
happens
rock
to-
slide and destroys the village or whatever.
Yeah. What happened to that village that was run by that evil overlord? That he was actually a great ruler or something. Like,
Right.
you don't know.
and all of that stuff, it boils down into the other systems that dabbled in alignment and stuff like that, right? And a lot of those things are just in the eye of the beholder, right? So you could be seen as a tyrant or tyrannical leader, but if you treat your people appropriately underneath of you, they won't see you that way.
Yeah.
But in the larger scheme or the larger scale up in the upper echelons, you could be seen as a tyrannical leader, but
Sure. But yeah, it definitely checks you and kind of helps you hold that thing in tension of like, it maybe pushes you to think like a conscientious character more often than of just, yep, this is the good thing to do. I go do this thing.
and it very much kind of gets away from the ends justified the means all the time, because I feel like that's a lot of in role playing games. It's like, oh, you mean I could just fireball the room, and solve the problem? Bet I'll just fireball the room and solve the problem. Trust me, I played that guy for 8 years.
Only 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does definitely motivate you to maybe spend a little bit more of your downtime interacting with the world and making sure that the things that you do impact that whole society positively, not just chased away the undead horde or whatever,
Yep. All right, we ready?
Sure.
I'm able to use the big boy dice.
I know. I love it for you. I love it. Okay. So if we're all ready.
I suppose so.
Hey, good call. So, as you guys push open the hatch on the stairwell, you see 2 more of these winged creatures standing at the exit. As you are pushing your way up, Brecca,
Brecca.
like Brecca the front door. You push this thing open,
Yes.
and as you push the hatch open, you see these snarled teeth, jagged eyes, little beady yellow eyes looking at you. and they're spit and drool and stuff on your face as they are just waiting for you to step out into this little 3x3 room. It's a little 15 foot by 15 foot square.
If they're looking at me from the door, that just gives me a target.
Okay. What are you going to try to press into the room? Are you going to pull the door shut? Are you going to try to swing your sword through a little opening? What are you going to try and do there? Because I know what they're doing. Uh, 20.
How about a bashing charge?
You're going to try and blow the door open?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna essentially charge your way through the door and get yourself into that room, so you're not essentially trying to squeeze through a hatch and getting messed up. Aaron.
Yep.
Okay. What do you got to do? I'm not seeing bashing charge, or is that what that's called?
Yes,
Right?
it's called bashing charge. I got to stride twice,
Okay.
and if my movement passes through or ends adjacent to a door, window, fence, wall, or similar obstacle, you could attempt an athletics check to force open the obstacle with a +1.
Cool.
Go for it. Roll the athletics check.
And if we're not very far away from that hatch, you can blow through it and keep moving.
That's right.
You're dang right. And I have a 27
Okay.
on my athletics.
Brecca, right? Brecca?
Brecca. Yes.
Describe to me as you blow this hatch off of the top of this watchtower, and the shrapnel and splinters just kind of off into the sky. Describe what that looks like. But they're still trying to hit you.
I
But go ahead.
understand that. But, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a nicely dressed half-orc burst through a door.
I've never seen a nicely dressed half-orc in general.
Not only just bursting through the door, but up, because it's a trap door.
Okay. So this hatch explodes into shrapnel as
Yes.
Brecca just leaps her way into the room
And roars.
and lets out a feral roar. These imps will boo. These creatures will
Boo.
I know, I said it. These creatures will snap their jaws at you as they slam their stingers towards you. The first one gets a 20 as your AC. The second one is a
Yes.
13 to hit. I don't think it's going to hit you.
The 13, no. The 20, yes.
Great. You will take 3 points of damage
No.
and make me a fortitude save.
$23.
You got it, not a problem. You force that green pussy mixture out of your chest and it just kind of runs off of you.
You're messing up my new clothes.
Who was next up the wall there, up the stairs? Spruce, you coming up?
I feel like I was charging pretty quick.
Let's
so yeah,
go.
Put me in there.
Okay, you take the approach and you slam your way up,
Sure.
and you see these two winged, not imps, creatures standing there.
I promise you that the door's clear.
Yeah, the door's missing.
So probably one action just to even get up in there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just
So
count that as your stride to get up in that spot.
great. Yep. So I'm up there.
Hey, if we're doing full round actions, I would like to hit one,
Go for it.
but
I was using you to get the door open because
yeah,
you,
'cause it's
you
two
were just
actions
kind
to
of
get
like
through, yeah.
playing with the door.
Yeah.
I'm not playing
Right.
with the door. Bam!
You got what? It was 2 actions to
Yeah.
smash the door open?
It sure was.
Great, love it.
Does a 20 hit?
It does. Which one are you hitting?
Nice.
The big one or the fire one?
Whichever one actually hit me.
The big one.
Okay, he only takes 5 points of damage.
Okay,
so.
great. He takes 5 points damage and he screams at you, and the smell coming out of his mouth is like nothing you've ever smelled before in your life, and you've smelled some feral things. It's like the pits of the hells on fire.
Don't talk about my dad like that.
I'm just saying. I do what I want.
Okay. Yeah. I'm up there and I'm ready to hit him.
Get him.
Do I want to do anything else? I don't think so, because I think if I do something else, Brecca might be in the collateral damage. So I will avoid that, just to be nice. Yeah, I'll just take my remaining 2 actions to do a kinetic blast, and I don't think I'll even shape that one. I'll just be basically right up in their face and lift up my arm right at the winged one, and just big, giant, basically like 16-inch long pine needles grow all over my arm, and they just blast at that one.
Get him.
I'll take a shot. Okay, how about a 19?
Would you say it's a pine saw?
That's the power of pine saw, baby.
19 hits.
All right.
Are you hitting the same one that Brecca hit? Or a different one?
The winged one,
Okay,
whichever
that's
that is.
the same one that she hit.
Okay, cool. How about 15 points of damage?
How would you like to dispatch your winged creature?
Yeah, so as I just like pepper it with all of these big, giant, stiff needles, the wings just basically get tore to shreds, the membranes between the wings, and it just, pelts all over its torso and it falls to the ground, just totally full of those things.
So as the pine needles just slam into it, the pine cones and stuff just slam all into it, it starts to its body just starts to dematerialize. And you see it, instead of leaping up into the watchtower, it coalesces down into the corner of the room where, make a perception check.
Oh, no.
A perception check.
19.
You see a gemstone in the corner of the room.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Catherine.
Okay. I'll take one action to get into the room.
Great, love it.
We're all crowded.
The winged one is gone.
So there's only one enemy now. So I'm going to use...
I need everyone to make me perception checks, please.
Okay. I'll use it.
Haha, natural 20.
Love it.
19.
19,
16.
16.
For
Perception.
perception again. That's only a 13 for me.
13. Probably everyone except for Spruce. You hear from below the clamoring of the crowds, kind of,
no.
right? And you hear a scream as a figure falls and clutches his chest. Those of you who made the perception, you will quickly glance over the watchtower. You see Danbury standing as he clutches his chest, as he falls in the middle of the tables and lets out a scream. As he falls, you see almost like the image of like your soul kind of leaving your body. You see that radiating magic effect. As he falls to the ground, you see this kind of as this energy is being pulled from his body.
Ugh.
And it's being pulled up into the upper ends of this keep. It just kind of goes through a wall and vanishes, and you can't see where it goes.
Oh, no.
And you hear Ulfon say, "I don't know what's happening. We're under attack!" And he just, "Stay calm, everybody! Stay calm! The Pathfinders are going to figure it out!" And the crowds are rushing over to where Danbury is. And some are, "He's dead! He's dead!" And he's not dead, he's dying! And you see people, they're just trying to figure out what's happening. And he's clutching his chest, and his eyes are closed, and you just see this residual energy just slowly kind of being pulsed off of his body. Stick that on your little white box over there.
Dear.
You have 5 rotations of that skull. So every round will rotate it a quarter.
Sounds good.
After 5 rotations of the skull, Danbury dies.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay.
You can continue with your turn.
Got it.
No big deal.
You got this. Okay, do I get anything extra from the nat 20 perception?
Alright. So...
Yeah, he says, "Brecca!"
Oh, god damn
No.
it. He likes
Can I
green.
do a recall knowledge to figure out if I know any spells that would do this?
You could give me Arcana.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give you Arcana. What's your
Okay.
Arcana check? What's your
+6.
You don't know any spells, but you've heard some pretty powerful rituals. that do similar things. Couple of them come to mind. There's literally soul siphoning magics and rituals. There are rituals designed to kill people from afar. There's rituals designed to bind demons into people's bodies, joining their souls together. There's the ritual side of this is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Got
But
it.
you don't know any spells that are doing what's happening down there.
Okay. That would be 2 actions, one to get up there and one to do that.
Sure.
I'll just raise shield again.
Great. This shiny shield
Yep.
will materialize out of her arm.
That is my turn.
Ren,
All right, I guess one to get in the room.
bam, you're in the room.
All right, let's get that rapier
Yeah.
going.
Stab them fools.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. What is that? 21.
21 will hit.
Okay. Oh, nice. 10.
10 points of damage. You sink this rapier into this thing, and as it pierces through its skin, you just see like the wound flay open. It's still alive, but
Yeah.
it looks down and then looks at you and it screams, and that same kind of sulfury smell coming from its mouth that I described to Brecca, that it's very foul, smells horrendous.
Okay.
But it's screaming right in your face, and you kind of have like
Ew.
stuff on you. That's one action to get in the room, one action to stab him.
I
You
guess-
have one more.
Guess I'm gonna attack again. And this is a -5.
-5. That's correct.
Oh, is your rapier agile? It might be
Oh,
minus 4.
you're -4. It's you're right. An agile weapon.
It's not. Yeah, this isn't gonna hit regardless. So,
Oh no.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big ol' big ol' fumble.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
Oh no.
I mean, it's thankfully not a 1, but
Okay.
like, I'm gonna
So she's
lunge. She goes forward and just misses
perfect.
completely.
I love it. All right. We're back at the top. This winged creature is going to take a slash at you there, Spruce. You killed his buddy.
Bring it.
18 does not hit you, correct?
It's not.
He's going to attempt to flee.
Okay.
Does anyone have a reactive strike?
Not.
I don't think any of us do.
No.
So he flies about 20 feet in the air and then vanishes.
Did you tell anyone about the crystal that the other one went into?
I didn't point it out, no. When it comes around to my turn, I might. But
We're at the top of the order.
yeah. So
Rotate the skull.
first action, I'll point out. There seems to be a crystal in the corner that the energy came from. Although, do I see a clear path to like where that energy was going from that main?
From the gentleman or from the creature?
No, Danbury. Like I could tell that the energy was coming from that creature into that gemstone in the
So
corner.
you guys are upstairs in a top of a keep.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So the energy is kind of just pulsing up
Oh, okay.
out of the bailey that's down below.
Right.
He's laying on the floor where you guys just were, and that energy is going.
So it's coming up.
Okay. So if we keep going up, potentially that's where.
So so you're standing at the top floor at the main level, and
Yeah.
then you see there are a couple of other areas that are raised, and
Yeah.
there are a couple other buildings that are at this level.
Got
so
it.
just
Okay.
whatever you'd like to go.
But the energy from Danbury is not going above
it's
us.
currently just pulsing
Going up
It-
somewhere.
yeah, correct.
Okay. Well, yeah, even though we don't know where he is, we still have an immediate threat. So I guess I'll probably spend pretty much the rest of my turn going over to that corner and picking up that gemstone.
Okay. You pick it up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's warm to the touch.
Okay.
And inside, you see that smoky, like energy
Sure.
that they turned into,
Yeah.
and
Right back into it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, I have no idea how this thing works. But I was like, so can somebody disable this maybe? That's me.
okay. Braca.
I need to figure out where the energy from Danbury is going. So if it's not going here and going.
So you're leaving the room?
I'm leaving the room.
Okay, what's your movement?
20.
Okay. There's one.
Keep going.
Which way you want to go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight.
So this building is actually sitting on top of this building. And this building is on top of that building. So this is
okay.
like layered.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a door. These are doors. This is a door.
I'm going for a door.
Okay. You have one action to get to that door. One action left. You can open the door if you'd like, or you can wait for your rest of your party members, or whatever you'd like to do.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna keep going.
You're gonna keep going. You're gonna open the door. Or you're gonna just
gonna
keep
open the
walking. Okay. Try the door.
Yeah.
It's locked. Unlocked. You just push it open.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little 2x2 hallway, like antechamber.
That's all my movements.
Okay.
You know, Brecca has abandoned ship. Spruce is standing there saying, "How do we
Yeah.
stop this?"
What do we do with this thing?
Do an Arcana check
Do it.
on the.
The stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll it?
I can roll.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'll roll. That's cocked. That is still cocked. Good lord. You have a 8, 7,
6.
6. You're pretty sure that this is a gemstone that is used as part of a summoning ritual. That you could probably just break the stone and they'll be released back to wherever it is they came from, because currently they're trapped inside of the thing. Or you could just put it in your pocket and you probably wouldn't have to worry about them, as long as you don't have you're not trying to summon them out of the crystal.
Okay. But
Okay.
if we were to break the crystal, would they come back to our plane or their
They would
plane?
go home.
They would
They're
go home.
currently being trapped on this plane by that crystal.
So we probably, if we just break the crystal, the other one will just go home.
Great. Just do whatever you think makes sense.
I'm trying to think of a spell.
Well, Spruce would probably be like, great. Do whatever you think makes sense.
Okay.
It's like a mousy voice.
Right.
Because I don't want to hit you.
Yeah, please don't.
I just want to hit the gem.
Okay.
Do I have any spells that just you targets phase bolt?
Okay. Roll it. Are you tossing it into the air and shooting it, or are you just holding it in one hand and like?
Yeah, just tossing in the air.
Okay.
Shoot.
Roll it.
17 on the die.
That'll hit it.
I love that. Just like bop
Give
it
it
out
some
of my hand.
damage.
Damage. All right, and it's oh, there it is. 3d4. 9.
9 points of damage. So you see this kind of smoky crystal thrown. She throws it in the air, and you see she just you see this this magic just materialize out of nowhere and just slams into this crystal as it shatters into thousands of pieces. And you see this residual energy just almost like a firework, just boom, and it just this little explosion. It's not like it wouldn't have hurt you if it would have exploded here, but the validity of it exploding in the air and the crystal shards kind of tinkering down onto the concrete below.
Yeah.
You see all this gray, smoky energy just kind of wisp away into the clear blue sky.
Okay. So
Nice.
that would be my whole turn.
I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start moving where.
What's your movement speed?
25.
25.
So-
you can absolutely get where she is and still have movement left.
Let's keep going.
You-
I opened the door for you.
So as you go in, there's another door. You can
Ooh.
take the last part of your action and open the door if you want, or you can wiggle the handle, or you can wait for the rest of your party.
Let's
or
open the
you-
door.
Open the door?
Open the door.
Okay. You push this you push this large door open. And inside stands to you
as we take off the sticky notes.
Yeah.
It's
And split the
Fog of
party.
War.
Nothing wrong with doing a little party splitting.
I know, right?
We'll catch up.
I just
Yeah.
hope that imp is no longer a threat to us. If he's vanished,
From this plane, I hope.
we saw him reappear. The other one that we were still fighting.
As you work your way into the room, this door that it shows shut here, this door is propped open.
Okay.
Sitting in front of you are 4 large picnic-style tables with food set at the table. Looks like maybe the festivities for this evening was going to retire up here. You guys were going to have some kind of meal. The stuff was being set for potentially the dinner from this evening.
Okay. But nothing in there. Okay.
Nothing in there.
There's no doors in the backside of the hall or anything.
You can see at the far end there's a set of stairs.
Well, I can't, but they can.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So
Is
that's all of you.
I think that's all my movement.
Brecca,
It's my turn again.
back to you. Turn that skull.
I don't want to do it. It's not good, guys.
I'm gonna move through.
20.
Yeah. And keep going. I'm going for the stairs.
That's all 3 you're moving. 20 it doesn't get you very far.
That's 20 each for 3 movements.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Rude.
20 doesn't get you very far.
Nope. All right.
So it's, just to be clear, it's 5 full rotations, not 5 quarter
Right.
turns.
Okay.
Okay. You said 2. I was like, we're not at 2. You don't piss away your time.
Got it. Okay. I'm with you.
Okay, I feel much better now.
Yes. Yes.
Still no. Let's go. We're running.
Okay.
I was thinking like we're gonna spend the entire time making it across this dining room, and then that's gonna be the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spruce.
Yeah, I think I'll do one last kind of look around for where that imp that vanished was. So I'll just do like basically a
Search.
a
Seek.
15-foot burst
Okay.
seek at the top of the tower to see if I can
he
find
vanished
him.
kind of up in this area.
Yeah,
If you're so inclined to check there or wherever you want.
yeah, just seeking. So do you want me to roll a perception or
Roll
you
it.
roll it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's a 19.
Do you have any enhanced senses of any kind?
I don't. No, just
Okay.
normal low light vision.
Okay. You got a 19?
No.
As you're up in this watchtower, you kind of have a wind coming in from the east, kind of
Yeah.
hitting you in the face, and you can kind of smell that sulfur smell. It's pretty pungent. Like you're gonna smell it probably no matter where it is, if it's downwind from you.
Sure.
So
Do with that what you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do with that what you want.
All right. And the east is
So east is
this way. Okay.
off the map.
Got it. In that case, I'm going to spend my last 2 actions to call it He's Still There! And I will cast Hail of Splinters.
Okay.
That's a 30-foot cone. I would obviously angle it such that, it doesn't
Yeah.
capture Catherine in the blast. And that's going to be a basic reflex to
Okay.
negate the effect.
You got it. Okay.
And it's an 18 is the DC.
Well, he rolled a 3.
So,
So his
Yes.
basic reflex turns into. Hello? His basic reflex turns into.
Dead.
7.
okay. Yeah, so he fails. That's actually a critical fail. And, that's a great question, because I'm not sure what the critical effect will be on this, but I'll check real fast. Oh, yeah. No, it just fails a fail. So, going to take D4 piercing. So that's 2 piercing damage. And 4 persistent bleed.
How do you want to dispatch your foe as this cone blasts this creature?
So, basically both arms, same deal, just, shooting needles like crazy. And if it materializes, it'll just get filled with those needles and start falling, and then, as you mentioned, just
Yep.
kind of deteriorate, disappear.
It deteriorates, but this one, as it goes to deteriorate, instead of it leaping to the crystal,
Yeah.
as it deteriorates into ash, the ash then just burns.
Okay.
Okay.
Got him.
Alrighty.
Is that all you?
That's all me.
Catherine.
I'm gonna use my full 25 speed movement to find where they went.
You can see Ren.
Okay.
Ren.
All right, let's keep moving.
You have 25?
25. Checking
You
down
have-
that big room.
You have a set of stairs in front of you
Okay.
that lead up to another little raised platform. You can see there's nothing up there. It's just there's a set of stairs that ascend.
Okay.
We're at the top of the next round. Please, Brecca, rotate
Moving
my
forward.
skull. Moving forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10. You want to go up the stairs?
I sure do.
Great.
I move slow. There's no reason they can't catch up with me.
I mean, I'm not mad at you.
Kind of surprised by your. Are you raging?
I am not. And it
Ah.
doesn't really add to my.
Okay.
Oh.
It doesn't add.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
As you
No.
come up, comfortable couches on this and side tables line this area. It's a pleasant lounge for the knights to receive maybe some important visitors. Looks like a resting spot.
Each room you go into is like the party, the after party, and then the after party, the after party. I got
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, in front of you, you've only used one action, or one action to get to where you are now. You can continue to ascend the stairs, and there's another set of stairs, or there's some rooms here that have the doors already kind of pushed open. So you don't have to like spend time to open the doors. You can just kind of look in and see if you want. You can clear the area if you'd like,
I'm
or
gonna
you can
clear
just
the
go up
area.
the stairs. Okay, so you're gonna take your first move, and you're gonna check the room that's here, or you're gonna come over here and check both of them at the same time.
If I can check both of them at the same time,
Okay,
yes.
You kind of step into this little hallway here, and you can see that there's a little red, leathery-looking couch with some tables. You kind of turn to look in the other direction, and you see a bigger style room with some leather couch, a leather chair, and a very nice-looking end table. It's kind of comfy in here.
But nothing,
Nothing that seems out of the ordinary.
no gems, no ritual
No.
site thingy, bobbers.
No.
Okay, so
Ritual circle end table.
Why would we put that in the night lounge?
who knows?
I don't know. You still have
I have some
you still
movement.
have, you still have one movement left. Because
Right,
you just
up the
literally
stairs.
from here to here, you would go up the stairs.
Sure do.
Okay, 5, 10, 15. Here we go. That's not me.
That is you.
Shut up. Brecca falls down the stairs.
Yeah, well, you know.
Okay. Ulfon's personal office stands at the top of these stairs with no door. While no door protects the office, it is clear that he respects his personal standings and the broader defenses of Vigil's Keep to protect from intruders. So as you come up here, it's very clean, very orderly. Everything's in a row. The doors in this room are shut.
Okay.
That's your turn.
Yes, it is.
Spruce.
Yep. I'll reach down and pat my big root ball I'm riding on. Be like, come on, runner, we've got some catch up to do. And I'll start descending the stairs as quickly as I can. And I'll go 60
30
feet.
60 feet?
So it's command animal, 2 actions. So 60 feet.
Okay.
It's an animal?
That's
So
you.
I still have 2 actions to myself. I guess just raise shield. There's not really a bunch I could really do to kind of buff myself up right now. So,
Great.
yep. That's me.
Okay. Catherine.
All right. Do I notice any other rooms on this floor, or is it just this one?
So you've watched your whole party run into this room and then take a hard left and you just hear them running down the hallway.
Okay. I'm just gonna follow.
You hear Brecca stomping upstairs
I'm trying to figure out how to get to the one area that we haven't seen yet.
There are doors. There are doors here, and there are doors here.
Okay, I want to go out and I want to try to get over there.
You want to go this way?
Yeah.
What's your movement? 30?
25.
Okay, you got 2 doors here, and you got doors here. Where do you want to go?
2 doors in front of me first.
Okay, we'll go here. Ren, you see Catherine just kind of
Yeah.
take off and go the other direction. Out these little windows, you can kind of see her running by. And you are standing here by the stairs that Brecca has stomped up.
I didn't stomp.
You didn't tiptoe either.
You're right, I didn't.
Yeah, because sorry, is there a door? Like,
So there is a door here, but it's just to allow you to get through.
Gotcha.
All of this is open,
gotcha.
so you can see all of it. It's just a raised platform.
So I can see her, but I can't get to her. Got it.
Yeah, so she is 2 floors up from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to know what's going on there.
Correct.
So I'm just going to keep going up.
'Kay.
Because that's what I would
5,
realistically do.
10, 15, 20, and then you come to the same.
Yeah, if I don't hear her, see her, which I'm not going to, I'm going to keep going like from the next stairs.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Boom! There she is. You see her at the top of the stairs. You're standing right behind her.
Okay. And then there's nothing up here, right?
Nothing there.
Okay.
Brecca, rotate my skull. That's 1 full rotation.
Oh,
You
no.
hear this scream. "Ah!" And you see this blue energy.
Man, you can't die. I kind of liked him. Alright. There's nothing in this room.
The doors are shut.
Okay.
I mean, you can assume there's nothing here if you want.
No, I'm gonna open the doors.
Which door do you want to go to first?
Left.
Left.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
It's locked. Would you like to double move and shoulder charge through it, or are you just going to, like...
I'm gonna break the door. And I suggest that any of the other ones you probably open. And bam!
Okay, roll that athletics check. I kind of like that little feat of yours. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it adds awesome flavor for just like, how do I get into the room? Go through it.
I rolled a 13.
13, you plow this door open. Like,
God.
it's shut and locked, but it's I mean, these aren't gates.
Right.
You push your way through this thing, the door slams open, the door handle probably punches a hole into the wall, and you
I
find...
hold on to it.
Oh, okay. Well, you find yourself in a room full of shelves, full of just odds and ends, and probably his personal belongings, maybe some packed up clothes, things that look like they belong to Ulfon. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
That's all you, right? Because two to do that and
Yeah.
to move there. Okay. Spruce.
Yeah, I'll spur run around again, and I'll go with Catherine. She's checking that out. I think I wouldn't know where necessarily everybody else went, so
So
this
you
seems
can
to be
probably
where
get to
we're
the other
going.
door if you'd like, or you can go to the same door she's at.
Yeah, I'll go to the other door,
Okay.
and I can use an action to
And you
fling
got-
that open. Yeah.
So you kick that door open. Of course you would.
See, I'm not the only one that kicks doors open.
So you kick this little door open. It looks like maybe a confessional.
Oh,
Confessional room.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
It's dark. There's nothing inside.
Yeah, there's no other other things I can do. You know, just kind of looking around for other places we can search to get up to the top. But I'll raise shield and end my turn. I think
Okay.
that's it for me.
Catherine.
I'm gonna open the door.
You find the part of the confessional that the people go in. He
Okay.
found the part of the confessional that the priest goes in.
Got it.
You find a nice decorated room with a comfy little chair sitting by a little slat window.
Alright, so I'm gonna use my next 2 actions to try to get to the other door.
Okay. Not a problem.
And that probably is my turn.
That's your turn.
All right. And there's one more door
One
in
more
this room
door.
that hasn't been opened, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to open that.
Great.
Go to that and open it.
Make me.
Gonna open it the nice
So you
way.
grab it. Door's locked.
Okay. Well, I guess I can pick it.
Do it.
All
Roll thievery.
Okay, so she's gonna open it the nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the fastest. For me. Don't have your skill.
Right as you're like prepping and putting your shoulder low, she's like,
Is it just a straight roll or is it...
Should be your
Okay, for
thievery. Yep.
Oh, 19.
You reach down, you pull out your lockpicks, and you start looking at it. And you're like, "This is the most rudimentary thing. Like this, are there even tumblers in this?"
just a quick rake. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like pull your rake out and just slide it in, and you hear click,
Nice.
click, 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 and then the door opens.
Yep.
Okay.
Inside is almost identical to what she has on the other side. Closet with clothes and things of his personal belonging.
Anything valuable?
I mean, his things, if you want them.
Yeah, I want some of this stuff.
So Ren spends the rest of her actions pocketing Ulfon's.
The peace builders are going to be in much higher
stuff.
esteem.
Yeah, there
Yes.
are.
Yes. So,
Oh, we're gonna be in so much trouble.
If they
Braca,
find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
rotate my skull.
All
Your
right.
turn.
Okay. There's nothing in here that seems like it would be,
Out of the ordinary.
yeah, like, rituals
Detrimental.
or whatnot. And... Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
No, there's nothing in here that looks out of the ordinary or detrimental. Where are you going? What are you doing? Down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't get very far. Yep.
Okay. Spruce.
So you just got to the store. You haven't opened
Yeah.
it yet. Yeah. So yeah, I'll move up to the door. Command my root ball to come up there, and actually, a viney tendril will reach out and click that door open.
Door's locked.
Oh, then it can't click the door, but it'll try to. Obviously, it can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's not going to start picking
You see
it.
this? You see this viney
Yeah.
tendril go?
Yeah. And not able to open it. Okay, so if I realize this, it's locked. I guess I'm trying to figure out. I probably just need to try to break the door because athletics, well mounted, feels very strange. I don't understand how that would look. So, yeah, I'll just hit it with a kinetic blast, a 2-action kinetic blast. Just try to bust it open. You'll see in my hand like basically like this big wooden growth will come out like a big long spear, and I'll just prepare to mount to like hit right where the handle meets the
Okay.
frame.
Roll it.
Oh, still 15.
That'll hit it. Do some
Okay,
damage.
good.
Damage.
That is going to be 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Hold.
Yep.
As you hit this door and it busts open, dust from the temple's construction still remains. A placard is set up for the fundraiser to show the statistics for its construction. 18 months, 10,000 bricks used for the structure, and over 2,000 gold invested. The sculptures of Iomede's herald, that stand at the entrance bear engravings with their donors' names. In the room, as you slam this door open, you hear click.
Oh.
And an arrowed ballista
Excuse me, what?
comes shooting.
Let the record show that I was behind. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm like, if we're getting hit, we're getting hit together. We're not doing.
He's short.
He's the same height with his mount.
Yeah, I'm on a medium creature.
Okay.
I'm small, but I'm riding a medium creature.
I was trying to help you.
Appreciate it.
Does
Thank you,
a
little one.
31 hit you?
Me?
Yes.
31 hit.
That, my good sir, is a crit.
And
I think that's a crit for just
32
about everyone.
for you.
That is a crit.
Mike, what are you doing to us here? What are you doing, man? Trying to kill us?
Nope.
We might be needing those health kits at the end of this.
Yeah, presuming we are able to use our bodies to do that.
Yeah.
You take 21 points of damage
Ooh.
Oh.
Gut punch.
as a spear from this ballista launches through the door, pierces Spruce right in the shoulder, and as you guys are kind of squeezing into this one door, it goes through your shoulder into her shoulder, essentially piercing you
Yeah.
together as this ballista, with all of its ferocity, cleans through you. You guys now have a giant wound on your upper body where this ballista has
We
made
both
its
get
way
21.
through. 21.
Ouch.
Hang in there.
Who's down?
I'm actually at 1.
Is that piercing damage, presumably?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay,
Cool.
Inside,
we'll be there in a bit. It's good.
you hear.
I sure hope
will.
so.
Of course.
Oh,
I mean, you pretty much just threw the front door open.
I need healing.
I need healing.
I need somebody to help me.
Not just
Okay,
anybody.
so as you push the door open and the spear goes through your upper body,
The root.
you see a gentleman standing there in a robe, and he has a dagger pulled up over his head. And this is a strange looking dagger. It's got a I don't know that you would take the time to
Sure.
look at that, but he has a dagger pulled way up over his head,
Yeah.
and he has a ritual circle on the ground that is in the center part of the room where the pews are at, and it's just glowing runes in a circle on the floor. It is the same color of the energy that is being pulled out of Danbury.
So I believe I still have one action left. Is that correct?
I believe so. You moved and you opened the door.
Yes. I struck the door open.
You sure did.
Oh. And one action, heal all wounds. I do that. No. I will try to strike them again. The man holding the dagger. I just kind of ew, and I'll how far is that roundabouts from me?
He's 35 feet from you.
Okay, excellent. I'll kind of lean forward, and you'll see this great limb kind of like sprout off of my back, and in it a large stone, basically the size of a bowling ball, will appear, and I'll just lean forward and launch that over my shoulder at him.
He's got a built-in catapult.
That's right. That is going to be with map because I struck the door. A 22.
22 to hit.
Yep.
That will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
And that'll be bludgeoning. I think that makes sense because it's a big old rock.
Gotcha.
Like I have my own siege weapons.
Okay.
Bring it.
All right, is that you?
That's me.
Catherine.
Alrighty. I am going to. I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast. I'm thinking. I'm gonna use Briny Bolt,
Okay.
which is 60 feet, so they're.
You're well within 60 feet.
It is. You hurl a bolt of seawater, with range. Spell attack plus 8, so I think it's AC.
Yep.
Okay. I'm here pointing that.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Little bit of skull bone action.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Alright.
19 on the die, so 19 plus 8 is 27.
That is a crit.
Yay!
Critical success, they take 46 bludgeoning damage and blinded for 1 round, dazzled for 1 minute as salt water sprays into their eyes.
All right.
I'm going for the one with the dagger.
Okay.
So that's
46?
Yep. 9,
a lot for a level 2 character to be pumping out on somebody. Ugh.
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. The gentleman with the dagger, he's still got it above his head. He crumples to a knee, and he's still got this dagger above his head, and he's got this sick, kind of twisted smile on his face. And as you slam this salt water into his face, he just kind of looks at you and laughs. He says, "You're too late, Pathfinders. His soul already belongs to the tyrant." And he takes this dagger and he slams it into his chest. And he falls on the ground, holding the dagger in his hand. As you watch this magical energied figure of what looks to be Danbury appears in the middle of this circle. Danbury's physical body is laying on the ground outside, but you see a magical residual energy of his body in the middle of this circle. All of the glyphs light up around the circle, and it just, as it slowly starts to spin, the ritual circle slowly starts to spin and being lit. You see that the blood is filling the cracks and the crevices of the room from what would be you would assume to be the cult leader, as it looks to be fueling this ritualistic circle.
Oh no.
Ren, your turn.
I'm just.
Yep. You
still
got
have
one
one
more?
action.
Okay.
Aha!
I can't really do any other spell.
That is creepy.
Nope.
They did say the tyrant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I do an... It probably needs to be an occultism check, but I have Arcana on how to stop this ritual.
Do you have Arcana?
Yeah.
Roll it.
What the fuck? Natural 20.
Okay. So you look at this energy that's circling around this glyph that's on the ground, and you see it going around. You know that if you can find a way to obstruct the circle without disrupting the energy that's inside, because you don't know what it's going to do to his soul if you disrupt what he has going on there. But if you disrupt the circle, or find a way to channel the energy away from it, you could probably shut it down. You have succeeded with your critical success 2 of the counteract checks to stop the ritualistic circle. You are unaware as to how many you actually need to succeed to stop the circle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna just write 2. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Since I have finished raiding the closet, I will proceed back down.
Roll me a perception check,
All right.
because you guys are technically like up here.
Oh, nat 20 plus 7, 27.
Okay. In
That's 20.
your underworld dealings, you know the sound of a ballista. And so as you look out the little opening that's here by the stairs, you see the spear shoot through your compatriots as they push into this, as she slams a water jet into the room, and Spruce and Catherine are standing there with a giant spear sticking through their shoulder.
Okay.
So you can now take your actions as you have just
Okay.
cleaned out its closet.
She's just gonna be like, oh shit! And just run to start backtracking it as fast as possible.
Okay.
And
So you take all your actions and move.
yeah, because it's.
Can't you just jump out the window?
I mean, you could most certainly try. Break your leg on the way
I
down.
wouldn't recommend it.
Well, no. I mean, the window is connected to that one level, right?
So this is a level. This is sitting on top of this. This is sitting on top of that. So it's like this.
But
this,
that door
this.
next to it. is on the same level as that, right?
This door?
Yeah.
Or this
The
door?
confessional.
Yeah.
There's no door here.
I know. I mean, there's a window. Couldn't you just get out the window and climb
Onto the
onto
confessional.
There's a window here. And there's a door here. So she can go
Okay,
out
so
here.
the door would be easier. Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember you saying there was a window there. And I was like,
She was looking out the window at the top of the stairs on the top, like the
I
third
mean
floor.
earlier.
Oh,
Is there
Yeah.
a window near me?
window near you
Yeah.
here, which is like this window, but a story up.
Yeah, but I can take it.
You gonna jump out the window,
I sure am.
You can do
Okay,
your
great.
bashing thing, right? Just right through the window.
right?
Let's see it.
And roll that athletics check and bash through the window. That'd be awesome as shit.
Get ready for the superhero landing.
It's bad for your knees. 14.
Okay.
That might hurt.
you hear this like as Brecca falls out and lands kind of okay, but she's kind of in a superhero pose. If superheroes had a back made of jello.
Gotta bend at the knees, just not all the way.
That's right. The knees bent the wrong direction, but you landed.
I landed.
Take 2 points of damage as you kind of roll your ankle.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's, better than... Hey, guess what? I am this much closer to...
Rotate my skull.
I am this much closer to combat.
I mean, that's true. It is your turn.
That
you
is
took
my
2
turn.
actions to jump through the window.
It is.
You have 1 action left. What would you like to do?
you can move towards us. You have 1 action
You have
left.
1 action left.
I do?
Yeah, 2 actions to jump through the window. Because
Oh,
requires you
yeah.
to stride twice.
I'm moving towards them.
Okay. 20?
Yes.
Okay.
I know exactly what I'm doing next turn.
Great.
Fantastic.
Spruce.
Spruce.
I almost missed you. Goodness gracious.
Hey, I need all the
Turns you can
turns
get.
I can get. So the one dropped to 1 knee and stabbed himself, but there's still the other one there.
And he has a dagger that's raised above his head, and he hasn't done anything with it yet.
Okay, but then the ballista is unmanned currently.
Correct.
Okay.
You know that when you threw the door open,
That was like a trap
it
triggered.
correct.
Got it.
And
okay.
it shot through the door.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's clearly no person there that's ready to start
they're
cranking
not,
it.
They're not cranking
Yeah.
it to line it up again.
I sure hope not. Okay.
Yeah, that would be.
Staring at you.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, that is very foreboding at the moment. In that case, I am going to. I'm basically in the doorway, right?
Yes.
I will right behind me cast Timber Sentinel and sprout a small tree behind me. Just be like, protect me, friend. And then I will spend my last action to shoot at him.
What does this tree look like?
Just like a small oaken sapling, just basically like a little.
Is it a creature or is it just a
No,
tree?
just a mundane tree.
And what does it do to you?
So what the Timber Sentinel does is basically I get to cast as the spell Protector Tree, and any adjacent allies when I am about to take damage, the tree will take the damage first, and any remaining damage will go back to me. But it doesn't impede other people's movements. You can move through that square,
Sweet.
unstopped. But it basically gives me a little extra, well, me and Catherine, a little extra HP pool if we're attacked. It will basically reach out with its limbs and interpose
Cool.
itself.
I'm gonna put my green
Sweet.
and rangery flavored dice.
I love
down
it. That's great.
for your little sentinel guy.
Great.
Nice.
Yep. And I have his stats here, so I'll let you
Great.
know
Love it.
what goes down. And then last action, I'll try to kinetic blast the guy who's still standing.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. And I roll a 12.
And I roll a 12.
We have
that will miss.
points.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm gonna save this one. I might need it for
Not
for
dying.
things. Not dying.
True, not dying.
Like not dying.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This gentleman will step forward, right up into Catherine's face.
Oh, I thought that was the one I hit.
You hit the one that had the dagger, the big
Got
lotus
it.
dagger above his head,
Oh no.
and he's going to attempt to stab you.
Stabity.
Stabbity stab. There's my die. 11.
Nope.
Great, I love that. He's going to try again. 17.
It hits.
1d4. You take 6 damage.
I will take that with the sentinel. Because you are adjacent to it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, the dagger, he's holding it above his head, and he ritualistically kind of spins it around in his hand. He takes a swipe. Catherine dodges out of the way. He tosses the dagger in his other hand, and he takes another swipe with his other hand. And as the dagger reaches for the purchase of Catherine's shoulder and chest, the spruce will just reach around her like a warm hug almost, just kind of, and it just slams into the bark of the tree, and the guy just kind of yanks the dagger out of the bark of the tree. Catherine, your turn.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to catch Briny Bolt again on the guy that's in front of me,
Okay.
because I might as well use all my spells, because I'm gonna die anyway.
I like it. Go down swinging.
Alright.
You're not going to die.
Okay, that's...
You're not dead yet.
That's right.
She does not have her hero point anymore. so-
24.
24 will hit.
Okay, that is... just a success. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2d6, and they're blinded for 1 round.
Love it.
Eight points of damage.
What's that look like?
It's a spray of water.
Okay. So you just slam all this water right into his face, and he's shoving it back. He's trying to get the salt water out of his face, and he can't see what's going on. You messed him up.
Gonna
Ren.
try to get a.
Oh, wait. I have one more action, don't I?
You should.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay, that's fair. Are you gonna?
I'm
go
getting
out-
into melee range of. Yeah, if I can.
And we'll get you over here on the behind the
Tree.
tree. Not quite there, but you're almost.
Okay.
Turn my skull. Your turn.
I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna hug him.
You're gonna hug him.
I'm gonna hug him.
Okay.
Let's grapple.
Love it.
Roll that athletics check.
25.
You got him.
Is that a crit?
It's a crit.
You know what that means?
He's pinned, isn't he?
Restrained,
Restrained.
yes.
Okay, so what's that look like there, Brecca? Yo, come here, give me a big hug.
Or is it like... a
Pin
full-
the arms down.
Like full Nelson style? Yeah.
For a naked choke.
Well, I'm kind of need to be careful about where he's got the dagger.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
So-
you've got him restrained. You got his arms all tied up in a mess.
It's pretzel.
Indeed. Okay. What else do you want to do? You moved, you grabbed him.
Well, I can disarm him with, since I have him grappled.
Roll that athletics
Yeah.
check. -5. Right? Because it's got
Both have the attack trait, yep.
Yep.
That's only a 9.
But not a crit fail, I don't
That's not
think.
a crit fail,
Yeah.
but that's not it.
Yeah.
Spruce.
All right, so there's this guy right up in our face now.
Yep.
There's still a guy in the back.
No, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. So just this guy right up in our
I'm
face.
trying to keep up with
Sorry.
the Minister of
Yep, yep.
Mayhem and not pulling the guys off as they die.
That's right. Okay.
And the other guy's being hugged
Yeah.
successfully.
Then I will take free action to just instead of like shaking off like a big piece of jagged stone, I'll basically like shake my arm and my fingers will kind of extend and twine together into like basically like a whip, and I'll swing that around, and hit him with it.
Do it.
And that's going to be a 22.
That will hit.
Okay.
Thanks for not hitting me,
Yeah, no problem.
but I can take it.
Woohoo! Max damage. It's going to be 15 points of damage.
How would you like to dispatch your foe?
When I bring that big whip round, basically hit him right in the chest, like, basically just like it. Well, I guess you're holding him pinned.
I sure am.
You could wrap the whip around his neck.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, maybe just it hits him in the chest like so hard that like basically his rib cage you can see like start to split, and even like you feel that force against you of him getting hit.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
So the gentleman that you have there, Brecca, he slumps, and all of the residual magic in the room, as it still chases around the ritual circle. The voices have stopped, but you hear this low kind of hum, kind of in your core, like in your chest, like when like a bass note is rumbling in your chest, and these glyphs are just, and they just kind of flash light and then circling around.
I think I still have one action.
You do?
So I'll command an animal to move into the room, basically 30 feet. Does that get me within 10 feet of the ballista?
Oh yeah.
Okay, avoiding the ritual circle, obviously.
Okay.
And then my root
Backpack,
ball will
buddy.
basically reach out with a whip of its own, and just try to break the
Sure, go for it.
break the ballista. Didn't like what it did to me.
I've had enough of you.
That's right.
You evil conglomeration of metal and wood.
That's a 15 to hit the ballista.
15 to hit, you say?
Yep.
That will miss.
Okay. So, yeah. But either way, it's very obvious that my steed is very displeased with that machinery.
As it should.
Yep. It's better.
Unless you're going to do anything combat oriented, we can move out of combat, but the glyphs are still firing. So if you want to stay in combat for your circle of your head, we can do that until you, whatever you guys, however you think you should solve the issue.
Okay.
So, do you want to stay in combat rounds?
I think we should stay in, but I'm happy to kind of step back. I don't really know how to deal with the circle,
Okay.
but certain party members
Yep.
may need to, and that their economy may still be important.
Okay.
Right. So we could
So-
probably step away and.
How would you like to handle this? Ren, what are you doing as you run your way in there? You see Spruce just
Yeah.
whack this thing in the face, and then he rolls forward and lashes out at this ballista that
Yeah.
was obviously used. You see a couple of figures slumped on the ground. You have one that's in a robe with a very nice looking, ornate looking dagger. You have another one that's probably
Still holding
being held by Brecca. What are you going to do there? Like as she is kind of trying to figuring out what she's going to do
Yeah.
with her actions to avert this
Okay.
ritual.
This is the only time I'm ever going to tell you this. Rifle through his pockets.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I guess you can look around first and say, "We're doing a great job. We're getting this."
We're doing a great job.
and yeah, I'll see what you get. Yeah, if you're gonna kind of offer him up, yeah, I'll see what he's got on him. See
Okay.
if there's anything ritualistic jewelry, gold.
Sure. As you rumble your little hands through his pockets, you find a very ornate looking dagger
Ooh.
with a locust with its wings spread out as the hilt. And the dagger is kind of a wavy blade kind of shape.
Ah, okay.
Oh dear.
And as you're rifling through his pockets, you find a scroll.
Oh.
It's in a like a magical case, like a magical scroll case.
Okay. Am I able to open that?
You can open the scroll and try to discern what it is, or you can have her try to look at it and see what it is, or
Because I can
whatever you
decipher
like.
writing.
I'm gonna at least try.
Okay.
Probably fail, but at least try.
So yeah, you want to pull it open and look.
Yeah.
Do you have Arcana?
No.
Roll it and see
Nope.
Okay.
what you do.
6.
You pull it open, and it's clearly written in like magical lingo. It's like a baking recipe for magic, and you're just
Yeah.
like, one I've nuked. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
And you just roll it back up, and you just
Yep. As I hand it over.
Yep. And I'm gonna read through the scroll.
okay. What's your Arcana start at?
+6.
Okay. When you pull it open, that is a scroll of dispel magic.
Oh.
Yes. I want to use it on the circle
Okay.
to see if I can like dispel the magic of the circle
Okay.
without actually interfering with it, so that the soul could go back.
Perfect. So you're gonna make a counteract check.
Yep.
Roll your d20 there and add your to your attack modifier, essentially your against the DC of the spell.
So my attack modifier.
Yep, of your spell. I believe that's I'm
It's been a while since
Okay,
I've done
yeah,
a
I get it.
counteract. So,
counteracts are funny.
yeah.
I rolled an 18 on the die.
It, well,
18 plus 8, so it'd be 26.
I'm sure this will show up in actually, but here we go. With a 26, whatever that number is, you've already beat that total. So if it's higher than that, then great. You cast the spell. The words of the scroll start to vanish as you start to push your magic through this paper and cast the spell that's on the scroll. So as you cast the spell, the glyphs in the circle starts to vanish and sink down into what it seems to be the stone of the keep, and the glyphs stop firing. And you see the coalesced figure of what would be Danbury's soul or essence start to just kind of become almost like incorporeal, and then kind of vanish down back into the recesses of the floor.
I'm gonna look out the window and see if it goes back.
You see this residual energy going back toward Danbury.
I sigh of relief. And now I'm like, okay, now I need healing. We should probably. I know there's one. Out of character, I know there's one spot left on that map, but I don't know in character that there is anything left. I think we should go back downstairs to see how the party's doing.
Yeah, I think as soon as you guys were trying to figure out the magical circle, I was already starting to take some time to start to manipulate maybe a couple of my gate instances like wood, since I'm also a Leshy, to kind of start patching myself up with natural medicine.
Sure. You want to go ahead and
I'll roll
you
it.
guys want to take time and heal, or do you?
Yeah,
wanna...
so I mean that's
Yeah.
like 10 minutes. So if we want to take 10 minutes for me to do that, great. But if we want to press on to something else, I can, stop short basically.
I'm fine with that. I need to probably use my healer's kit and try to heal myself.
Okay. As you guys go to set down to start to heal yourself, turn this call. As you guys are working in through it, you get, I don't know, about halfway through and you hear a scream. Ah! It burns!
I stop immediately and I run
Yeah.
down.
And as you look out the window, you see what would be the residual energy now looks like it's forcing its way back into his body. And Danbury is laying there, and he's like, you just see this energy kind of forcing back into his chest.
Okay.
You make your way back down to the party.
Yeah.
As you make your way back down to the party, you you see Hesla standing there, and she says, "You've killed him! You've killed him!" She's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, one of our partygoers has died!" And you start hearing murmurs from this crowd. "It's the Pathfinders! They did it! It's their fault!" And you just start hearing, like, "It's their fault. No, I don't think it. Yes, it's their fault. None of this would have happened." And you just start hearing this kind of murmur start to grow in this crowd. As you look around, you realize that you're standing in a stone square, and people are starting to panic because people are dying in front of them. and this crowd starts to push to get out of the keep. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up to Danbury first and see if he needs, like, is he really dead? Or is he just dying?
As you go to approach Danbury, the crowd is forcing their way out. So, forcing their way out of the keep.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you approach him, the crowd is pushing you like a mosh pit. If you're going to continue to move in his direction, they're going to trample you
Okay.
as they're trying to escape.
So we have to go with them.
Or you have to stop them.
Okay, I'm gonna use a diplomacy check
Okay?
and yell out, "People, calm down. We're gonna kill someone again if you keep..." Well, no.
Wow.
No, you're gonna kill.
Kill another one of you guys.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. You're gonna kill each other if you keep going on like this.
We'll kill you all if you don't stop. That was great.
Okay, roll that diplomacy check.
It's gonna be a nat 1, just with my luck. It's a 6 plus 8, so
Skull bonnet. Oh,
I
wait,
don't
you
have
already
it.
did.
Yeah.
You hear as she's talking, "Do you hear that? She said she's gonna kill us!" And
It gets worse.
It just gets worse.
Yeah.
And you see them, they're just, now that what was just like this kind of like push, now there's panic.
Yeah.
People are screaming and this crowd is starting to roll. I need initiatives, please.
Sir. Shoot.
Okay, we're gonna start down there. What you got?
Yep, that is going to be a 13 from
Thir-
Old Spruce, unfortunately.
13, you say.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Okay.
Why do you say okay? What'd you roll? Oh no.
Less than 13.
Oh no.
Wait, am I?
10.
He's definitely gonna need some healing after a
Yeah.
crowd of people stomp on him.
14.
We're
23.
We're so confused. What's going on?
Yeah,
we
we're all
didn't do anything.
We're gonna.
Ren, you're first.
Okay.
We're being trampled.
We're getting trampled.
Okay.
Sort of. We need to stop the crowd.
We need to stop the
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go for an intimidation.
Okay?
Because you ended with, like, they're all gonna kill you. I'm just gonna yell, "That's right, we're all gonna kill you if you don't stop moving right now."
Get there.
Everybody freeze!
I'm hoping this is a great roll.
I don't think this better be good. Oh, because, yeah.
I love it.
17.
17. As you do you try to step in front of them? Or are you just like
Wait,
as
can
they
I
are,
say that I aided her because of my previous roll? Nope. Okay.
you rolled diplomacy?
Yeah.
So, this crowd is primed to just unload and just like a water out of a shotgun, right? Like it's just gonna like there's one door. All these people are gonna try and force their way through
Yeah.
this door.
I want
Are
to
you-
aid her.
Are you
I
stepping
can.
in front of them, or are you trying to intimidate them off to the side? What is your?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get directly in front, but I mean, I'm gonna kind of do the wave my arms
Okay.
to draw attention, but I'm not gonna
Okay.
I'm not gonna be like
Interject
I
yourself.
will,
Yeah.
if you want to aid, I will give you your action this round to aid with your intimidate. If you
Sure.
like, if you'd like to, if anyone would like to roll intimidate and aid,
I
your
have
check to-
intimidating glare.
Your check to do so would be a 20 to aid.
Yep.
Damn it.
I do have a question.
Sure.
So I have that cooperative nature
Yep.
+4. So would that be +4 plus my intimidation?
Yeah. So you take your intimidate and your d20.
Okay.
So let's say your intimidate was a 10 and you rolled a 5. That's 15. You get a +4 on that roll.
Okay.
Jeez.
That's weird. I only got a 12. You know what? I don't like that. Oh. I don't like that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm 1 point away.
That's That's way better.
I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 23, and I have an intimidating glare
Okay.
for sure.
You can add 1 to your score from
Okay.
Brecca helping you,
Okay.
which gives you an 18,
18.
which is a success. So,
Stop right there.
describe to me how you guys are intimidating this crowd to stop as they want to get out of here as badly as humanly possible.
We need to look like one of those those rock posters, or like on like on a cover album. We're like stop, and we're like in a formation. Like that's right.
Yeah.
I think it's just you and me.
Okay,
Yeah.
the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be a duet.
I mean, I'm big and I'm green.
Yeah.
And I'm muscular and I'm holding a ginormous fucking
Are you still?
sword.
Do you? And well, I was
All
asking,
the
do
more
you still
reasons
have
to
the
run away.
corpse? I would love it if you still have the
guy.
We
I
can have Bernie's
didn't
like,
say that I dropped him.
You're like,
stop right there.
stop right there.
Like,
Do you want to look like this? Do you want to
I-
look like this guy?
I did not say that I dropped him.
That's
True,
amazing.
you didn't.
So that's up to you. That is your choice.
I'm standing there
Okay.
holding a fucking giant greatsword.
So you guys are standing there screaming at this crowd to try and get it under control. Brecca is waving a limp body like a noodle, screaming while you have intimidating glare. So you're not even you're giving him the smolder. You're and then got this limp noodle body that you're holding.
what a visual.
Yep. Yep. And as you guys are very forceful and you put your foot down, as you're not going to take this kind of treatment, let alone be trampled by this crowd that you literally just saved, you start to hear like the sense of the crowd kind of come back. Well, I mean, who knows what would have happened if they weren't here? Like, what were those creatures that attacked at first? I mean, they got rid of them, and you start hearing like the tone of the conversation change from the crowd.
Alrighty. So
You go save Danbury. I'm pretty much gonna hold this limp body up and go,
who's my
there
turn now?
was a ritual!
I'm running towards Danbury and seeing if I can help him.
Okay,
Is he dead or is he dying?
you're gonna roll and check.
Yep.
Roll me medicine.
Good thing I have this. 13.
You as you approach, you are looking at him and you're like, this guy's dead. Like, he is way dead. But as you kneel down, you feel the lightest bit of breath from his nose.
Okay.
Not so dead.
I have a healing potion. I forgot I bought this. What? Yeah. What?
I do too.
I just realized that. I looked under my healer's tools and I went, oh, there's a healing potion. Can I give him a healing potion?
You most certainly can.
Drop
Alright.
that shit
Oh,
down
wow.
his throat.
Yep, I do that.
Glug, glug.
Yeah, I believe it's only a single action to administer 2E, so I think you get move, basically ascertain what he's
Yep.
got going on, and then pour. Yeah.
He's dying.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 1d8.
1d8.
3.
Great. Danbury, you see his eyes flutter, and you healed him 3.
Yeah.
His eyes kind of go,
I mean, that's half his hit points. He's just a noble.
and he kind of, and you see that black energy, like that smoky kind of energy, escaping from his cough, as he's presumably coming back from whatever kind of wild trip that was.
Yeah.
Ah.
So that's my all 3 actions, so I'm done.
Would you like to do anything?
There's nothing I'm going to help with in this situation.
Would you like to do anything?
I'm waving around a dead cultist saying that there was a ritual upstairs and we stopped
Yeah.
it.
Bruce.
Yeah, I'll definitely spur on my steed to get as close to Danbury as I can. So probably an action to get there on my
Sure.
steed. I mean, 2 of his actions, but and then I'll take an action to dismount, hop off next to him. Yeah, and I guess third action is just going to be drawing my own, healer's potion. So I'll prepare to use that for next turn.
Okay. We are going to move out of combat.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll start, like, if he's just kind of barely coming to, I'm just going to immediately start administering that to him.
And as we move out of combat, you hear. And Ulthon steps back up onto the stage. And he says, "Honored guest, due to the quick action of the Pathfinders in attendance, we were able to save the attendee who we thought had died. Please express gratitude to them this evening and forevermore." Pathfinders, we have prepared a meal upstairs if you would care to join us this evening. I know it's a small token of our gratitude, but you truly are our heroes today, and Danbury owes you his very life.
We'll certainly accept. However, I need some time to tend to my wounds.
Same.
We can have someone tend to you if you'd like.
That would be
Absolutely.
lovely.
Okay. Ulthon will have a medic come
Sure.
and tend to your wounds, and he will heal you, and you guys will all be at full health.
Cool.
I passed the
Yeah, I mean, like an
the
expert.
cultist to the guards.
An expert taking a full hour,
Yeah.
that's more than our,
Right, yeah,
Yep.
plenty. As the crowd begins to ascend the stairs into the dining room that you guys had just recently.
Hey, at least we didn't trample any of the food or anything like that.
I mean, that's true. There was just the plates at this point because it was just set for the room. The room begins to fill. In this room is large rectangular picnic-style tables with very nice plateware, silver forks, and all of the little fancy things that you would see at a fancy dinner.
And a broken window.
And a broken window.
Can I fix the
Correct.
broken window with prestidigitation?
You would need mending,
Never mind.
but it would take forever.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
You can really shine up those broken glass pieces, though.
Yeah, I can.
As you approach in, there is one perpendicular table to the other tables, and Ulthon will gesture that you guys can sit at the head table due to your heroic actions. And he kind of gestures to the table for you to sit.
I know, I do prestidigitation on our clothes to
There
make
you
them
go.
look fancy
There you
again.
There you go. Cool.
Where's our buddy Danbury?
He
Retired?
he retired for the evening, to the best of your knowledge. He was also seen by the medic, and he doesn't want it to play anymore.
Sure.
He's like, I don't want to be here.
I just want my signet ring and I want to go home.
He got a signet ring.
When we get some chance, kind of enjoying this meal and getting to talk to Ulthon, I definitely want to share with him, what we saw in the room, and also share with him those two trees in the hallway leading into that chapel type room and the tree on the stage. If you could please have your tenders move them. They're living, non-magical trees, so if you could have them plant them somewhere, perhaps this could be a good reminder of what took place today. You plant them up in the garden somewhere.
We'll have our crafters form a plaque, and we will immortalize this day for the defense that took place here.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Thank you for caring for them.
Of course.
They're dear to me.
Of course. As you guys find yourselves enjoying this dinner, you'll have a round of very light kind of fingery foods come out first, and people don't really want to talk. It's kind of like this weird awkward hush after the events, but as the wine and the cup starts getting filled a few times, people start to open back up, and it kind of,
Sure.
for the briefest of moments, you almost kind of forget that we just went through this whole ordeal. As you're explaining the events that took place to Ulthon, the crowd of the room is enough to where you're just kind of telling him, and you realize that no one else is really kind of understanding or hearing what's happening. He is in shock. I don't understand. It had to have been the construction crew that had access to the temple. I don't understand how we would not have even known that they were in there.
Sure.
And he goes to. We had the statues installed. We had. I thought we were doing the right thing, and he just kind of looks very guilt-ridden and remorseful. Yeah. As dinner progresses, you guys will have food come out. They'll serve you whatever you'd like to eat. And Ulthon will eventually stand, tap his cup again. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I cannot thank you enough to the Pathfinders for the events that took place here today and for coming to our aid. I myself will travel to the Pathfinder Society headquarters, and I will speak great words on your behalf. And I know Danbury himself will speak highly to them as well for you. And I cannot. You will always be welcome here. You will always have a home. You will always have a place to rest as long as I am in charge of this keep. And as he stands, you start to see people start to clap. And as the applause begin to raise in scattered and grateful waves, Ulthon's voice falters as a knight stumbles through the back door of the room. My lord! The circle! It's still glowing! Something's still down there! The light, it still flickers! And as the words leave his mouth, you hear that deep hum in your chest. It almost sounds like locust wings fluttering. And then, in the silence, there's a portrait of a woman in the room. And the portrait begins to weep blood. And that's where we're going to end our session.
This is bullshit.
What? Oh my goodness.
I saw that coming. This is bullshit.
Oh man. Every time you did, like when you described the locust blade and then the locust wing sounds, like one E Jacob is going Wrath of the Righteous. I'm like, oh no, this is. I know how this starts. Like this
I know
is
where this
bad.
Is. Yeah, this is bad news.
Yeah. Oh no.
Laura just said you have to continue that.
Oh, do I? Oh.
Sorry, Barnabas, you're gonna have to take another vacation.
So, again, thank you for coming to Elite Encounters tonight. I know we're a little early, but we got things wrapped up. We had our foot on the gas pedal today,
yep. And
man, Patrick, we can't wait for you to get back to keep trugging through with our cool Bloodlords guys. Again, unapproved time off. Look what happens, right? We have to have whole new adventures and leave them on giant cliffies that who knows when you're going to get back to them. But man, I hope you guys had a good time. I had a blast, and I hope you guys did too.
Oh yeah.
Laura, I appreciate your sentiment that I have to keep running it. But again, check us out. Go to YouTube and go to Twitch. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. It really means the world to us. It helps us build a community here. We would love nothing more than for you to drag all of your nerdy friends into our nerdy little chat room, and we talk about nerdy things, and we play nerdy games, right?
Absolutely.
And tune in on Friday as we continue down the rabbit hole of critical knowledge. I don't think there's going to be a Barnabas Brushes on Wednesday. I think he's still going to be in his unapproved time off. But, man, I can't wait for him to come back. I can't wait for us to continue our story. And then tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, tune in on this channel at 6 o'clock for Soul Severed as we continue down, who knows where we're going to end up. I know Cyril just ended up with a god-killing weapon, and we're in the hunt for other icons of Ascendance. And, man, there's some crazy things happening over there. So if you thought this stuff's crazy, tune in over there. We'll just continue with the dish of crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Check out the Patreon page. We got those 4 awesome channel all tiers for all of our goals and rewards and stuff. And man, I thought tonight was great.
Oh, I had a
time.
blast. Yeah.
Hope you guys had a great time. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time. Laura, take us away.
Thanks, everybody.
Woo!
Well,
So, how was that?